Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with Covenant Pro Wrestling Golden Opportunity. My name is James Randall. I am thrilled to be back in the house, and I am here with the one and only Alexandra Shaw.
It is a great night of action here in Boston, Massachusetts. 8 men, 6 women, all competing for the chance of a title shot whenever they want. But
right
before
now,
we get to that, we have to get to some personal rivalries that need to be settled. These 2 men having a golden opportunity of sorts to finally put some past or behind them and move forward. We saw back at our last pay-per-view both Tony Samuels and Troy Winters debut, and now this sort of collision course is finally coming to a head.
Absolutely, a collision course is the right word, and here it comes.
And Troy Winters making his way down to the ring, the monster of CPW.
Well, he chose the name aptly. It definitely fits. The monster Troy Winters, here to cause carnage and here to take Tony Samuels out. Tony came in and, he's been guns blazing trying to get after the monster here, but I don't know if that was such a great plan.
Well, the thing is, monsters are here for 2 reasons. They are here to be feared and they are here to be hunted. Tony Samuels does not fear the monster that is Troy Winters, but that might prove to be a big mistake. Troy Winters tonight looking to show why he is to be feared, not just by Tony Samuels, but by all of CPW. Listen, we've got 4 title matches on tap tonight, 3 of which in the men's division. You've got to feel Troy Winters is wanting to make an example of Tony Samuels tonight to say, hey, those of you who hold gold, I'm up next. You need to be looking under the bed, looking in the closet, watching your back, because Troy Winters is here. He's here to cause an eternal winter for CPW.
Couldn't have said it any better than better myself, but nobody better than Tony Samuels to try to prove that wrong. The show stealer is here to steal the show yet again.
And here's the thing about Tony Samuels. Like I said, does not fear Troy Winters. You see on the back, he wants the opening match to be the match of the night.
Funny because I never know how long to pause because there's no announcing.
As Tony Samuels now makes his way down the ring, like I told you, he is trying to hunt the monster that's Troy Winters. We look back to our last pay-per-view special here that we had for CPW. And Tony Samuels, he made his great debut, but at Bloody Valentine, Troy Winters was the one to spoil it. Tonight, as these 2 both have their first official pay-per-view matches, Tony Samuels looks to return the favor and spoil Troy Winters' big moment. And a lot of people, they care about their positioning on the show. These 2 opening up what is a great card of action. You are seeing no fear, no hesitation on the eyes of Tony Samuels, because he knows win, lose, time limit draw, doesn't matter. He is here to steal the show, and he is here to steal Troy Winters' spotlight, just like Troy did back at Bloody Valentine.
Absolutely. And Tony Samuels actually requested this opening contest just to get it out of the way, to rip the Band-Aid off, because he's that confident going up against the monster. And I have to point out here tonight that referee Leonard Seymour is on a little bit of a vacation, because he and his wife Loretta Seymour are going to have a new child named Larry Seymour, and I can't believe it, but right now we're heading into the action. Tony Samuels right out of the gate, really aggressive here.
You're waiting to do using that speed advantage, the athleticism of Tony Samuels, and doing a bit of taunting here. The show stealer looking to show Troy Winters just what he's all about, letting Troy Winters get back in the ring. We know Troy's going to have the power advantage over Tony, but Tony, you've got to feel maybe a bit more athletic as you see him get that high kick up there, taking down Troy Winters and now targeting the arms.
Absolutely. Tony Samuels never skips leg day, and right now he's about to prove it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us, and it seems like Tony Samuels is saying thank you for trying already to Troy Winters.
Well, you've got to feel this is well over 2 months of frustration building up for Tony Samuels, finally getting a chance to take it all out, again going to this full mount on Troy Winters. And this thing, Troy Winters, he's got the size advantage, he's a monster for a reason, but everyone's the same size when you're on your back. And Troy Winters finding that out the hard way right now as Tony Samuels lines up, huge right hand, drops Troy Winters, drops himself into the cover.
But not quite enough. It's going to take way more than that to take out the monster. And as referee, Devontae Jobs from the WWE recently endeavored, so to speak, trying to get a job here in Covenant Pro Wrestling. Yeah, Tony Samuels doing a great job keeping the monster down.
And speaking of jobs, Troy Winters has just not been able to get anything going so far in this match. Tony Samuels just been going full blazing. I don't think Troy Winters expected the hot start from Tony Samuels, but now maybe looking to make him pay. Snake Eyes is up there on that top rope. And now this is what we've expected from Troy Winters. Sauces and tosses Tony Samuels across that ring with that field throw.
Absolutely. It's like, you know, Troy just twisted the cap off and just let it go crazy. You know, he was holding back a little bit, so to speak. And now a hip toss.
Went for the kick though. Tony Samuels using that good wrestling back though, but now getting rolled up. Small package by Troy Winters, only a 1. But it did get him back in the advantage state as he lifts up Tony Samuels. Huge right hand has Samuels rocked. Got him lifted up. Slow release, back body drop has got Samuels in a bad spot. Kick to the dome piece, goes for the big boot, but gets dropped with the double shotgun drop kick.
And Winters here going for all kinds of offense. He's doing, you know, pinning predicaments that are almost like working holds, and he's transitioning to high-powered offense. This is a different Troy Winters than we've seen.
Now he's got Tony again in that fall-away slam position, and it just tosses him out in front of our announce table here.
And this is where things get ugly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talked about the hot start for Tony Samuels. He needed that because we are seeing how dangerous it gets when Troy Winters gets on a roll, and we see how our Yiddish commentary partner joined our desk because even he is scared of Troy Winters when he's on the outside on a rampage. Went for a lariat, instead elbow though from Tony Samuels, getting himself an opening.
Tony Samuels coming at Troy Winters with a quickness and combinations that have proven to be very effective tonight. Now on the middle rope, not afraid to gesture for the big man to get up.
Tony Cutter! The Tony Cutter connects Troy's down, but Tony knows it's going to take more than that to fell the beast. As he's got him locked up, needs to shoot the half, he gets it! Nap time! Locked in, the Bulldog choke. Tony putting all his weight on the back of Troy Winters as he wrenches the arm around the throat.
And could this put the monster to sleep?
It might have just done that, as now goes into the... Does Tony Samuels? Troy might be out cold. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, these two men are so frustrated, so beyond the boiling point, that we are seeing just carnage unleash here.
Now, it's Troy trying to target that arm of Tony Samuels, make it hard for him to lock in the nap time in future. Slamming him face first into that top turnbuckle, and now, Jesus, just huge clubbing forearms and a headbutt by Winters.
Absolutely. And you know, I'm not one to normally call Troy Winters a smart man, and I say that with a little bit of fear.
The fall of Troy connects, and that might be the fall of Samuels, but Troy wanted to inflict more punishment.
Now Troy got this clover leaf there.
And you see Tony just inches away from the ropes, not able to move any closer due to the knee on the back from that clover leaf. Instead turns himself over, able to kick his way out. Needs to be careful not to get caught with another fall of Troy, though.
Absolutely, and
snake eyes on that top turnbuckle.
Just tossing him like a child, going for something big there, but Tony Samuels saw it coming.
Able to
and a little bit of miscommunication there.
Yeah, I think he was able to duck under that lariat by just hitting the deck, and now looking for the slipping on ice. The walking on ice might leave Tony Samuels walking out of here with the W. No, Troy showing that inhuman resiliency that he has.
Absolutely, and this brings forth the question: what is it going to take to take down the monster? Does Troy Winters have Tony Samuels' number, even though Tony Samuels has continually seemed to be in the lead?
Well, that's the issue, though. 10 moves from Tony Samuels. Troy Winters does the same amount of damage with 1. That's the difference when you've got someone as powerful as Troy Winters in the ring. But Tony Samuels doing a good job keeping that double wrist control and just imposing his will upon Troy. Huge lariat. Tony, though, not letting him connect because he knows if that lariat connects, it might damn well take his head off. That's the moonsault on to Troy Winters. Gets lifted up. And Tony might be looking deep into the bag of strips. The Slamuel slam connects. As he goes to the cover, that might be the last shot he has to put down Troy, but it's still not enough. And Tony has got to be thinking that he has used every move in his arsenal. None of it able to keep down Troy yet, but maybe one last Bulldog choke might be able to get it. As he flips him over.
Could this be? Could this be a sleeping giant? A sleeping monster? And yes, it is. Tony Samuels steals the show.
But you can't say he stole that win. He earned every part of it.
Absolutely. Tony Samuels showing us why Tony is here to stay. Definitely title contention in his future. You can quote me on that one. And that is just the start of things here on Covenant Pro Wrestling. Golden opportunity. The golden opportunities are going to keep coming. We've got ladder matches later on tonight. We've got so many matches that are going to have you on the edge of your seat. And Tony Samuels is just the beginning of that.
Yeah, 2 ladder matches, 4 championship matches, but right now we go with something that is a bit on the mysterious side. Last I saw of Morgan Sharpe, he was battling the Entertainer on CPW Uproar, and we have not heard or seen from him since. At least I haven't. And the Entertainer now is seemingly going to be doing battle with him once more.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on here with Morgan Sharpe. I don't know how he's here. I don't know what's going to go on with this matchup, but I know these two men, they've been having a battle over the course of the last few weeks. This has been continuous torture for Morgan Sharpe, and now he's got an opportunity to break out of Entertainer's realm, so to speak. So this may just be a manifestation of the Entertainer.
He is the mnemonic jester. Enter.
Well, the Entertainer making his way down to the ring, and I mean, this is a confusing man, individual, demon spawn, killer clown from outer space. I don't know what he is. Last time he was on pay-per-view, he was Loki. Now he is his normal, well, normal's a loose term, he is himself. But can't we say the same for Morgan Sharpe? I've not seen him. I don't know if you've seen him in the arena today, but...
Apparently we're going to find out. Entertainer is giving Morgan Sharpe an opportunity to fight for his freedom. Will this opportunity, this golden opportunity,
And now for his opponent,
be enough?
making his way to the ring from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 207 pounds, he is the last gunslinger, Morgan Sharpe.
Morgan Sharpe, you see, the production crew is wondering, where the fuck did Morgan Sharpe come from? So right now, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if he can stay here in Covenant Pro Wrestling, because the Entertainer's got him right under his thumb, and that's not where anybody wants to be.
Oh no, and I guess again, mysterious by his absence. We need to keep in mind Morgan Sharpe definitely no slouch in the ring. I mean, last we saw him, when he fought Entertainer, he won the match, exhibition, Battle of Wills, I'm not sure, but then was taken, kidnapped, hoodwinked. But he's a former champion here in CPW for a reason. I would not bet against Morgan Sharpe here tonight, but I don't know if you could ever truly bet against someone as unpredictable as the Entertainer.
Absolutely, that's a wonderful assessment there of what the situation is come to be. You can't, sell Entertainer short. You also can't sell Morgan Sharpe short. But at the same time, with these two opposing forces, we just never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely not, as now Entertainer using his long legs to choke out Morgan Sharpe, but Morgan Sharpe now got his boot right where he wants him, takes him down with the single leg, and now targeting that other leg that he just swept out, maybe already seeing the game plan here from Morgan Sharpe.
Entertainer, I know that his legs are, an irreplaceable part of his offense. Most of his maneuvers are with the legs. He's got strange kicks that he employs on his opponent, and if he can take those legs out, that's a pretty good start.
It absolutely is. I mean, also we're seeing the high flying there from Entertainer. A lot harder to do that when you can't get a good base to jump off of. And right now, though, Morgan Sharpe doing a great job of staying in control early in this match. A lot of reports, a lot of wrist control, which is very smart from Morgan Sharpe. A very classically trained way of staying in control is keeping control of your opponent's wrist. And Morgan has done a great job of that. But now it's Entertainer. No! Commentator's curse. Morgan Sharpe back on the offense.
Absolutely. You're talking about, the wrist control. You're talking about, risk mitigation here. The more that he can have the Entertainer under his control, the closer that he can be to the Entertainer, the less opportunity, the less space Entertainer has to pull something off.
Absolutely. Now Entertainer going for a suplex, but Morgan Sharpe slips out behind. Shady little German connects. As now Morgan goes to the middle rope. Goes for the leg drop, but Entertainer a bit too fresh to be caught by that as he just tosses Morgan Sharpe across the ring.
Absolutely. Now Entertainer trying to gain some momentum, get in control here, but Morgan Sharpe, I don't know, fighting throughout the Entertainer's realm for these last few weeks, has it made him stronger or weaker? But right now, it's looking like it's done, the former here.
It very well could, but right now we are seeing the Dragon Sleeper locked in from Morgan Sharpe. Perhaps trying to get a tap-out victory similar to Tony Samuels in our opening contest, but Entertainer able to escape. But Morgan Sharpe doing a great job of just trying to stay on offense, not giving Entertainer any time to, breathe, so to speak.
I don't even know if that man does breathe, but to your point, he's doing a really good job, but right now the tables have turned.
It's now Entertainer, the one going to the middle rope. This time calling Morgan Sharpe up to his feet, and what's he got right here? Crowds him with the double axe handle and tried to take out the elbow, take out the arms of Morgan Sharpe.
Now finally hitting that little Little elbow drop that he likes to hit on his opponents, and just dragging Morgan Sharpe over to the ropes. We see these nefarious maneuvers. We see these underhanded maneuvers by the entertainer. He wants to break down your esophagus. He wants to take away your airway. But Morgan Sharpe, a sunset foot bomb in the middle of the ring, just keeps coming back with more offense.
Roman now could be looking to put this one away. Has got him hooked up, lifts him. Hi, dude.
This contest by way of
And Morgan Sharpe with the win.
Sharpe.
Morgan Sharpe with the win, absolutely. What a show of dominance there, and to knock out his opponent with one move, with one finisher. It says a lot about the strength of Morgan Sharpe.
Morgan Sharpe, a man with title aspirations in the future, but
Speaking of title aspirations,
that's what I was
Liza
about to
Horror.
say. This is how this all got started. Cammy B, Liza Horror, both of them want to be the next big thing here in the women's division of CPW, but only one of them can do that. Cammy B holding on to over a year of frustrations with Liza Horror and her success. Liza Horror just trying to do what she can to get to the next step in this business. Only one can come out on top.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, making their way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, she is the unstoppable.
And as Liza Horror comes out, we saw a preview of this match on the last episode of Uproar, where it was Liza and Daniel Horror versus Johnny D and Cammy B. And Liza and her team picked up the wins. You've got to feel the momentum is on Liza's side going into this one.
Absolutely, and she's got a chip on her shoulder because, you know she wanted to be in the Golden Opportunity ladder match, but this whole thing with Cammy B has kind of derailed her and taken that opportunity from her. So now she's got to prove that she's able and capable of attaining championships, but first she's got to get past Cammy B.
And now for her opponent, making her way to the ring from Newark, New Jersey, she is Big Mad Cammy B.
Well, Cammy B, the wife of Johnny D, making her way out to the ring, and we saw a quote there from Johnny saying, if she had a nickname, you'd fear it. And I think that's a damn good assessment of Cammy B right now.
Absolutely, and you've got to keep in mind something about this match. We've talked a lot about her. For Liza, this is her climbing the ranks, wanting to prove that she is the next level in this division. For Cammy B, this is personal. She feels personally slighted by the success that Liza has had in the past. She feels that she would be a bigger star if it was not for the success that Liza Horror has had in the past. You've got to feel, for one of these, it's just business. For the other woman, it is personal. We will see how that affects the mental game of either competitor here tonight.
And Cammy, right out of the gate with a big combination, taking Liza completely out of this matchup in the beginnings. Springboard moonsault, right on the money, and now just stomping away.
Liza catching the foot there with the kick. And now looking to stomp out the hands of Cammy B. And we saw the early flurry from Cammy B. You've got to feel, again, that's the personal vendetta she has. That's the sort of anger that is propelling her here. But you've got to wonder, will that anger just burn her up inside? As now we have a cool, calm, and collected Liza Horror running this matchup with that big boy senton.
Absolutely. Liza has been bred for this. Liza and her entire family are cool, calm, and collected because this is all they know. This is what they do. And Cammy B is mad because Liza has outshined her. She was bred to outshine just about everyone she steps in the ring with. So this whole feud and Cammy B's anger as she pounds away on the face of Liza Horror, it might be a little bit misplaced.
Might be misplaced, might be one-sided, one might say. But right now, I mean, hey, if it's that personal vendetta, that, pushes Cammy B to a win over Liza Horror, you've got to feel that would also push her up in the ranks, and really you can't deny that level of, progress, that level of success, that level of motivation. But right now, Liza Horror is trying to deny Cammy B this win. Another double stomp right to the stomach of Cammy B, and again looking, big boy senton connects. And now in the cover, only a 1 count.
Only a 1 count because the anger of Cammy B is almost insurmountable for most.
Absolutely is how Cammy
We
looking
see,
to use that anger and send Liza into the corner.
Absolutely, and we also see referee Devontae Jobs just all the way in the other corner, just about trying to stay away from both of these women.
I mean, that's the thing. Oh, wait a second, goes into the cover after the knee strike in the corner. 2. No. That's the thing we talk in this business about referees' discretion. Maybe you do try and pull them out of the corner, but on a stage like this, when it's as heated as this, you kind of just have to let them go for it. As now, Liza goes for the Dragon Suplex, gets stopped though with the stomp, and now up on the shoulders, slips behind as Liza. These two women, neither one able to get the advantage. Poison Rana though. Liza drops Cammy B right on her head as now she looks to fly.
Went for the double foot stomp, but unable to get it done. Liza Horror, as much as she is trained, Cammy B is just a fierce opponent that is just sheer will, if you will.
Absolutely, and we saw the knee from Karma of Cammy B earlier, as now goes for the kick. It does Liza, instead getting lit up with strikes by Cammy. Now sent to the corner once more.
Lots of corner-based offense, and we could be looking for a knee from Karma right here.
A second one right to the nose of Liza Horror, and that might have knocked her out cold. 2. No.
Liza still has something left in the tank. A golden opportunity is more than a ladder match, more than a title opportunity. It's an opportunity to prove that you're better than your competitor, better than your opponent. But right now,
Cammy might have just proved it. Blackout suplex gets the win. Cammy B proving herself worthy, proving herself vindicated of everything she's been saying. Proving that she is a better competitor, at least for tonight, than Liza Horror.
and you have to wonder if some of that skill, some of that luck, some of that, fortune is going to rub off on Johnny D, her husband, later on tonight, that is in the golden opportunity men's ladder match. Yet to be seen, but quite the possibility.
Absolutely. Anything is possible here tonight.
She really is, man, ain't she?
I mean, I think she's happy on the inside, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. And what also matters is this match right here, the vacant tag team titles being held up for grabs. Jack Carnage and Butch versus Leo Carter and Shane Roberts. Now, for those of you that have been keeping score, Bruno Natoli and Mac Daddy Furnace beat the Dragon Kid and Morgan Sharpe at Bloody Valentine for those titles, but Bruno Natoli betrayed Mac Daddy Furnace, held those titles hostage so he could get a spot in the Golden Opportunity ladder match here tonight. Those titles have been liberated, and now it is time to see who will be crowned the new champion in our first of 4 title matches tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Absolutely.
the following tag team
And you hope that it's not LC and Shane Roberts. That's just my opinion.
Team Championships. Introducing first, making their way to the ring from London, England, weighing in at 235 pounds, he is LC Leo.
As Leo Carter makes his way down to the ring. I mean, obviously, you've made a note, maybe not the the biggest fan of Leo Carter, but you cannot deny the man has some talent. I mean, it's not like we just picked 4 guys, threw them in a tag team title match. Leo Carter and Shane Roberts have proven themselves to be a great tag team, and both also just good competitors on their own. And tonight, Leo Carter has a chance to get himself some gold here in CPW. You want to talk about golden opportunities? This is as golden as one it can be.
Absolutely. I just never trust a
And now
man
for
with a
his
man
partner.
bun. That's all it is.
Making his way
But as
to the
Shane
ring
Roberts
from
comes down to the
Swansea,
ring,
Wales, weighing
we're gonna have that problem
at
yet again.
272 pounds, he is your hero, Shane Roberts.
And the man that claims to be your hero and mine, Shane Roberts, well, he might not be our hero, but if things go his way here tonight, he might be one half of our CPW Tag Team Champions. And you've got to feel Shane Roberts, not a man that feels pressure too often, very confident, and going into this match, you've got to feel that in his mind, he's exactly where he's supposed to be, fighting for gold on the big stage.
Absolutely. But I beg to differ there. He's not a man that doesn't feel much pressure. He's got way too many white hairs to be, not feeling any pressure. That's just my personal opinion. You can take that one to the bank as well. But, Shane Roberts and LC Leo Carter, they are talented. They are two of the best that we have. But, they're going up against two of the craziest we have in just a moment. So I don't know if this is set in stone for, a title reign for them. I just don't.
And now for their opponents. Approaching the ring first, from Dayton, Ohio.
Looking awfully calm.
Weighing in at 275 pounds.
I know why, though.
He is the Dayton Abomination, Thumbtack Jack.
As Thumbtack Jack Carnage makes his way down to the ring, you mentioned the calmness of Shane Roberts and Leo Carter. And, you've got to feel. There's the phrase, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. But when you look at Jack Carnage, it is hard not to say this man is not fear incarnated. The face that is burned, the mask that is there, just the name Thumbtack Jack. You don't get that by being a normal, non-sociopathic member of society. Jack Carnage is here to do some carnage, and Leo Carter and Shane Roberts, even if they aren't scared, maybe you would do them some good to show some
And now for his
trepidation
partner.
against this
Making
team.
his way to the ring
Absolutely.
from Manchester, England, weighing in at 214 pounds, he is the Lunatic, only known as Butch.
So the Lunatic known as Butch making his way out to the ring right now, and I've got to ask, what brought these two together? Is it their, sociopathic tendencies? Is it their facial scars? What was it? I have no idea, but what I do know right now is we're in for a level of carnage that we haven't seen tonight. We've been using the word carnage all night, but this one may in fact be the one to rule over them all, because these two lunatics coming together and joining forces is no good news for anybody.
It's not especially good news for Shane Roberts and Leo Carter. And the beautiful tag team title belt right there might be heading to the asylum, depending on how this one goes.
And I would like to remind people, as Devontae Jobs holds those titles over his head, even though we're having a title match right now, Bruno Natoli never gave up his title. He still got one. We had to make a new one. So, is this the true tag team championship? Who knows? But right now they're going to fight for him either way.
Perhaps, depending on how things go, Bruno Natoli may be able to freebird with whoever wins tonight, but I'm going to be real, I'm not sure how well Bruno Natoli would work with either of these teams. As Jack Carnage gets up to his feet immediately after that knee strike, hits a sling blade and connects with a drop kick. This is a man that is going to be hard as hell to keep down for a 3 count.
Absolutely. You look at his size, but then you also look at the athleticism, at the speed, at the sheer will to just inflict, as we say, carnage. This is a guy that's unpredictable, unmeasurable, and now, he's just going to have to be contended with. I can't even find words for it right now with Devontae Jobs counts the 1 count. And LC seems to be doing the job right here. But I don't know how long that's going to last.
I mean, here's the thing. Leo Carter doing what he can. He's doing the smart thing. He's staying on Jack Harnage. He is not giving him any time to rest, any time to get back into this. And when you have someone as impervious to pain, as someone as hard to keep down as Jack Harnage, you need to stay on him. You need to make sure he never gets properly into this match. As now, we're seeing Shane Roberts looking to fly. Kong knee drop right across the throat of Jack Harnage.
So, Shaw, what is your game plan, hypothetically, in this situation to hold off Jack Harnage, to hold off Butch?
I mean, here's the thing with either of these two, they probably don't have the most game plan. They're definitely just sort of going in here and looking to, smash some skulls. And in one way, that makes them hard to predict, but in a good way, that means you can out-strategize them. If you can get a game plan, if you can use your teamwork to your advantage, it can help you, but it's kind of hard to communicate game plan when your teeth are getting knocked down your throat with that knee strike. As now Butch is brought into the ring, and Butch recently having a TV title opportunity, coming up short against Jacob Clark. You've got to feel now would love a chance to redeem himself with some more gold on the line.
Absolutely. Butch has manifested himself into one of the best competitors that we have. He came in, he was, as we know, a maniac, a lunatic, and now we start to see the technical side of Butch, the wrestling side of Butch that's not just a hooligan that you would find on the streets. He is proving to be one of the most fierce competitors that we have, and this opportunity for him means the world.
It absolutely does, but you've got to wonder, like we said, the teamwork of Shane Roberts and Leo Carter could come into play here, but as Butch goes into the cover, only a 2 count.
Absolutely. This is the very first time that Butch and Jack Harnage have teamed together. I think they have some things in common. They've got some common ground, but there's nothing that can replace true teamwork and truly knowing your partner.
Is now connecting with that running lariat, does Butch, and tagging back in the big man, Jack Harnage. And now going low with that punch to Shane Roberts. Like we mentioned earlier, referee's discretion here tonight, especially on as big a night as this. Would not want to see this match end in a disqualification as the Bastard's beatdown is connecting to Shane Roberts and that kick to the head.
Absolutely, and we also know that Devontae Jobs, this is his trial night. So if he doesn't impress, if he doesn't show the CPW universe that he is, built to stay here, then he may not.
Very well might not. And right now, though, Shane Roberts is trying to, just stay alive in this match. Right hand sends Jack Harnage into the corner. What's he got here? Trying to grab the leg. Jack Harnage pushes him off, kicks out the knee, hero's last gasp, and that might be what Shane Roberts needs. Scrambles into the cover. Devontae Jobs at the shoulders, but only a 2 count.
Now we see another tag, smart tag team wrestling on both sides. A lot of determination on both sides as well. And LC
drops him into that lung blower. And now, though, kicks off, does Jack Harnage, and it doesn't even look like he's hurt after everything he's been through in this match. He's still up and moving just as quickly. And another knee to the head, the vicious knees, as now double tap. No, it's not.
He got caught in a cutter. The LC cutter out of nowhere.
And now LC firing up. Goes for the chop, not quite able to land it. Instead, those half-hatch knee strikes, that cutter saving him, but not able to get him back into the match just yet.
And we saw LC scrambling over to the corner, but Jack Harnage too quick, too smart to allow the tag. Now Butch coming back in to resume the punishment on Leo Carter. And, Leo is due for a tag here.
Now, Shane Roberts, he saw him try to go for something. Referee throwing him off, but it goes for it anyway. Pushes Butch off that top rope. Butch looking to make the tag. And Leo Carter going straight after Jack Harnage. And Jack looking to make a pay. Turns him around. Jamaica picks him up. And again, another bastard's beatdown for the bastard Leo Carter.
Absolutely. The ugly bastard known as Jack Harnage, making LC Leo Carter his bastard bitch right now.
And that might be enough. No, only a 2 count.
Jack Harnage can't believe it. You know.
No, 1 second cutter again. Into the cover. A second LC cutter. No.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't even understand or comprehend how Jack Harnage can deal with such torment here.
We've got him after the first Leo Carter cutter. Jack Harnage was barely faced. And now he hits him with a second one and is still kicking out at 2? What is it going to take? As now he tags in Butch. I think looking to use his smaller partner as a missile. Sends him across the ring. But Shane Roberts using his long legs to take down Butch.
Absolutely. Shane Roberts is a big boy. He's definitely got some reach in all of his extremities there.
Absolutely. As now Butch goes for the kick and starts with a lariat. And now tag back into Leo Carter. The quick tags from the white and gold crew.
But wait a minute. Out of nowhere, Leo Carter just busted himself open?
I think he got busted open off that DDT by Butch. I mean, we've seen all the knee strikes, all the kicks that Leo Carter's been taking. It makes sense that now we are seeing the wounds of war, so to speak, as now Butch trying to take Shane Roberts out of this match. And it is not looking good for Leo Carter as he is sent into enemy territory and now having his knee picked apart.
Absolutely. You know, even though LC's maneuvers, his repertoire here isn't very based on his legs, taking the legs out takes the strength out of the rest of the body. So it could be, you know, a deceiving strategy there. You might not understand it, but it's definitely a sound one.
That's Leo Carter sent into the ring, trying desperately to crawl, makes the tag to Shane Roberts, and in comes the fresher man of their team, Shane Roberts, dragging Butch over to the corner. Dono hooked up here, huge stomp to the chest, using the ropes for some leverage, and now elbow drop to the chest of Butch. He lifts him up, the right hands, gets caught this time though, judo throw, and that might end the flurry. As the tag to Jack Harnage is made, Shane Roberts looking at his corner, Leo Carter outside with a busted up nose. Instead though catches him, got him locked up in the Hero's Chancery. Might be about to make Jack Harnage tap out or pass out here.
And Butch just watching his partner be hung up in that Hero's Chancery. I guess observing his ability to withstand punishment there.
But still, he knew that still Jack Harnage had enough to kick out. And Shane Roberts trying to get this man out of the ring by any means necessary. He knows Leo Carter not going to be able to come in to neutralize Butch if a cover is made.
Devontae Jobs just got hit with the body of Butch. And now Shane Roberts trying to get him out of the ring, but Butch is still fighting to stay in this one.
And we're seeing Devontae Jobs, trying to restore order here. But right now it's just a 2-on-1 assault. Butch needs to get out of the way in case he gets counted out. Fighting blockbuster though, takes down Shane Roberts. And Jack Harnage taking a moment to gloat. Shane makes the tag to Leo Carter.
And that's all it takes is a split second. You underestimate your opponent in a matchup like this, a golden opportunity such as this, and they could get a tag. Just like Jack Harnage got tagged with that LC cutter. Absolutely correct.
And now the rings of Saturn after 3 Leo Carter cutters. Is that enough to put away Jack Harnage? Rosario, he's not able to reach to the ropes. He's kicking his legs. He's not going to be able to make it, but Leo Carter having to break that hold. Could feel it slipping, and Seth gets caught. Sling blade, drop kick. And now, wait a second here, backbreaker. Connecting into the cover once again to win the tag team titles.
And that's got to be it. No.
And Leo maybe looking for a 4th and fatal. No. Right that backbreaker once again. No sweat. Leo Carter. A 4th one. And he's not done. Instead, lining it up, calling his shot. Into the head of Jack Harnage, scrambles into the cover to find.
We've got new champions.
No, Butch is there. Now though, Butch being lifted up, seeing that Death Valley driver, and now looking for a 2nd one to put Butch truly away. A 2nd. Fireman's carry drop as now Leo Carter looking to risk it all here on the top rope.
Absolutely. But unable to hit the double axe handle. Jack Harnage just moves out of the way. And now somehow, some way, Jack Harnage, after all of the punishment he's absorbed, is still in control and going for the double tap.
That busted nose right into the canvas, but Shane Roberts there to break it up and save this match for his team. Now Jack Harnage. I think Jack Harnage, by the way, got cut open by that knee strike after the 4th Carter cutter.
Absolutely. You could see some blood trickling there, but honestly, with a face like that, it makes no difference, and I think Jack Harnage knows that. That's why he's focused, so directly, so succinctly on LC right now.
Double tap. No partners up on either side. 1. How? Last I saw, he was down on the outside. He came out of nowhere. Shane Roberts saving this match.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's about. Covenant Pro Wrestling live on pay-per-view in Boston, Massachusetts, showing the world what we are all capable of here in Covenant Pro Wrestling.
Now Shane Roberts and Butch, the 2 men unmarked by the scars of battle in this match, in this war of attrition. These are the last 2 soldiers with a full lungs of breath here, as now, oh Jesus, Shane Roberts trying to break the neck of Butch. Desperate times calling for desperate measures here by Shane Roberts.
Absolutely, we've got children in the front row watching this massacre, and as the Heroes Chancery is locked in, this has got to be it. The golden opportunity has been sealed here. I guarantee it.
And you see Devontae Jobs doing his job, checking if the lights are out, says no, he's all good. Catches the leg though to Shane Roberts and drops him with the lariat. That lariat might be all she wrote. 2. Jack Harnage breaks it up at the last second.
I cannot believe the lengths that these 2 teams are going to. How much is left in the tank?
Tag team titles.
Absolutely, you're right. It's about the tag team titles, but really, how much do these 2 teams have left?
Can't be terribly too much. We've got 2 members bleeding on either side, and now might be looking for the kill shot. Is Butch drops him, Black Mass into the cover. Still nothing from Shane Roberts. Still will not give in. Lunatic punch, scrambles into the cover to put him down. And we have new tag team champions.
By way of pinfall.
Unbelievable.
Say what you will about Shane Roberts and Leo Carter. You can hate their personalities, hate how they conduct themselves outside of the ring. You cannot deny tonight they have the hearts of warriors. But at the end of the night here in Boston, Massachusetts, those tag team titles are going to the Asylum.
Absolutely, and newfound respect from me for Shane Roberts and LC Carter, but we have new tag team champions. You are correct, and it's going to be a hell of a task trying to take those belts off of those two lunatic, crazed men.
And you can see, kind of see the blood trickling down the forehead of Jack Carnage there, but we go from one match that had some blood to a match that might have some blood, might have some motor oil spilled. Will Sheridan, the fallen king of CPW, versus Dow Ranger, the friend of the fallen Ebac, the man taken out and injured by Will Sheridan a while ago, nearly 2 months ago now.
Yeah, we haven't seen a peep of Ebac. And now, we may never see Dower Ranger ever again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a no-holds-barred match, and it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, making their way to the ring from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, weighing in at 229 pounds, he is the one true king of CPW.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fallen king, the one true king, in his words, of CPW, Will Sheridan, making his way out to the ring to continue this feud against Ebac, against Dower Ranger, against anyone that's willing to stand in his way.
I mean, we have really seen him. I mean, we saw him go off the deep end before, but we have really seen just how far the crown has fallen with Will Sheridan since losing his CPW World Championship at Bloody Valentine, since losing his general managership of CPW at Bloody Valentine, and now he is making it everyone else is problem.
Absolutely, Will Sheridan felt like the deck was stacked against him, like everyone had turned against him, and now his motto is Carpe Omnia, seize everything, and that is just what he aims to do here tonight.
And now for his opponent, making his
But
way
wait
to
a
the
minute,
ring from the
Ebac is here!
weighing
The Harulian High Flyer Ebac
217 pounds,
is apparently going to be in this matchup,
the
likely thanks to
Harulian
Alex
High
Clark.
Flyer,
I cannot
Ebac.
believe what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, I'm getting word through my earpiece. Ebac is here tonight and is here for a fight. Has the wool been pulled over the eyes of Will Sheridan?
And that very well may be the case, and we see, you know, Ebac is definitely here for a fight. He is not in his typical ring attire. He is not in, in his regular setup here that is usually a signifier of what he's all about, because right now what he's all about is an absolute fist fight.
I mean, yeah, no holds barred, no disqualification, no need for there to be any pretenses that this is going to be a wrestling clinic here, folks. If you want your standard, your British rules, your 5 counts on the ropes, you ain't gonna find it. You're gonna find two men that want to brutalize each other, and you see Ebac still wearing some of the wounds of war from when Will Sheridan took him out nearly 2 months ago, but we're seeing Ebac with that gutbuster not looking like he's missed a step.
Absolutely. Ebac, he's a former champion everywhere he's gone. And unfortunately, his luck in CPW hasn't been the same. But, that goes to show you how much Will Sheridan has taken it upon himself to make sure that that was the case.
I mean, absolutely. And Will Sheridan, you've got to feel, I'm not saying this as if I agree with Will Sheridan, but if he's talking about how the deck is stacked, that's still having this surprise opponent would definitely, give some credence to that.
Absolutely. Will Sheridan, I don't know what's going on in his mind right now. I don't know how much is left of the man that we once knew, what remnants remain. But right now, the man that we're seeing on the barely padded concrete, taking out one of his former best friends, is not the same Will Sheridan that I knew and loved.
And here's the thing, folks. You're hearing the count on the outside. Now you might be thinking, oh, why is there no countouts? This is no holds barred. So that does not necessarily mean there's no disqualification, no countouts, but it means anything that's a wrestling hold, choking, raking of the eyes, pulling of the hair, pile drivers, all of it is legal. And Will Sheridan knows that. So you've got to feel if anyone's going to sort of be the one to start resorting to those underhanded tactics, start bending the newfound rules in his favor, it is going to be William here tonight.
Absolutely. Will Sheridan not wanting to bring this back onto the inside. He's content with keeping it outside.
Yeah, at least for now. And you see Dow Ranger just sort of forced to sit there and watch. Again, he cannot get involved lest it's a DQ for Ebac. Again, this is not traditional no disqualification rules. This is no holds barred.
Absolutely, and we even see Dow Ranger suffering the effects of what happened to him a few weeks ago. You know, just the glitching, even in his walk and his cadence there. He's not feeling, sunshine and rainbows either.
Absolutely, and we see Will Sheridan sort of walking towards Dow Ranger as if to, try and taunt him into slipping up, into attacking him, but he's having none of it. But Will Sheridan drops Ebac there with that clothesline, and now, not Death Valley, sorry, backdrop driver. Drops
backdrop
Ebac.
Driver, definitely effective, but that was not, that twisting splash there, just ineffective, but now making up for it in spades. And these two know each other so well. They were, truly friends, but now that is no longer the case. Now that is just information used to inflict damage.
Now, though, we're seeing Will Sheridan. Oh, I think we're setting up for some kind of brain buster. Instead, gets caught with the German.
I think he was definitely going for the buffer overflow, but unable to do it. Like we said, they know each other so well.
Game over. Might spell the end for Will Sheridan. 2. No. And now Ebac going up top. Gotta be thinking of what it's gonna take to keep Will Sheridan down. He's hit the game over. That was not enough to do it. As now huge cross body connects flush as he lifts up Will, but Will connects with the jawbreaker.
Absolutely, and these two men go back and forth, knowing each other so well, trying to inflict damage in any way they can, trying to be as unpredictable as possible. But now Ebac looking to install some drivers here.
The video driver connects, flips him over into the cover to beat Will Sheridan. No.
Now let me ask you something, Shaw. What is your opinion on what's been going on with Sheridan? Was this just a matter of time? Is this just a consequence of him losing the championship and losing ownership of the company and control of the company?
I mean, I think it's a thing when a man has a lot of power and then suddenly loses it all. He doesn't know what to do with himself. The king has fallen far from the throne. But we have seen still he has not lost any of the ability, any of the resilience that made him champion in the first place. But another NVIDIA driver might enough to put him down for good. Instead, though, back body drop. Drops Ebac, and now Will Sheridan looking to capitalize. Is sent into the corner. Huge forearm misses.
Here we go. It might be the buffer overflow. And he hits it.
Will connect that time. And is that enough? We know the damage done to Ebac. 1, 2. No.
The damage has been done to Ebac, but these two know each other so well. They have, some skin in the game here still. But the crown of thorns.
And the crown of thorns lays Ebac to rest. The one true king of CPW, the Fallen King, the Mad King, Will Sheridan,
the one true king
continues his crusade to regain his throne. Ebac, a noble effort here tonight, but maybe a return too soon with that damaged shoulder.
Absolutely. When you're willing to put your body on the line, when you're willing to set aside everything that is, life sustaining for you, I have no doubts that this is not over. They're going to see each other again in the future, and I know when they do, when they link up again, it's going to be even more brutal.
When you come for the king, you best not miss. Will Sheridan prove that here tonight?
Unfortunately for Ebac, yes, he did prove that here tonight, but looking to prove something, looking to prove that he is the future Kenny Mitch, going one-on-one against the Wolf of War, William Black. These two have been at each other's throats for the last couple of months. Kenny Mitch, name-dropped William Black, said he wanted to be on the same level of William Black, and that William Black's giving him the opportunity to prove himself.
Absolutely, and we've seen these two go back and forth with the attacks over the last couple months. William Black, a veteran of the business, former world champion around the world, like Kenny Mitch, looking to prove that he can get to that same level. Only one will happen here tonight.
Introducing first,
Absolutely,
making his way to the ring from Biloxi, Mississippi, weighing in at 269 pounds, he is the Wolf of War, William Black.
The Wolf of War, William Black, looking more serious than ever, and that's saying something, because William Black isn't someone to joke around. He's not someone to find joy in the little things. The only thing he finds joy in is winning championships and destroying bodies.
I mean, yeah, he is a very dangerous competitor. I think anyone that has ever watched William Black, or if you talk to anyone who stepped in the ring with the man, he is vicious. They call him the Wolf of War because, like a wolf, he does not have mercy for his prey. He is going to rip and tear his opponent apart if he is able to do so. Kenny Mitch, coming into tonight, a lot riding on him, a lot of pressure on the shoulders. This is his first huge test on a big stage. William Black, he's been on these stages time and time again.
And now for his opponent, making his way to the ring from
But ushering in a new age, the
Canada,
future.
weighing in at 230 pounds, he is the future Kenny Mitch.
Oh, Kenny Mitch, the devoted father, the devoted wrestler and competitor, making his way out to the ring to prove that he is indeed the future, prove that he is going to be at the top of this division, of this company in the near future. And it starts here tonight with William Black.
Well, he wants it to start here tonight, but here's the thing, James. How many times have we heard of people in this business say they're going to be the future, and then after the first hurdle, they fall, they falter, they give up? Kenny Mitch, he does not seem like a man that is a quitter, and I think that will be his best asset here tonight. William Black is going to want to break him down, tear him down, rip him apart, like I said. Kenny Mitch needs to show not just the physical resilience to outlast William Black, but the mental resilience to not be demoralized by William Black, because William Black will take advantage of that as soon as possible.
And we see it here, taking advantage of the size advantage here, just pushing Kenny Mitch into the corner. That'll deflate you a little bit in the outgoings of this match, of the start of this match. And that might be the feeling or the vibe going throughout this match that's going to keep him from obtaining glory.
I mean, absolutely. When it's something like this where it's a rookie versus a veteran, it's very difficult to truly compare, who's the better competitor, especially when these two men are at such high rolls of momentum as of late. What you have to compare is that experience factor as William Black goes into the cover, 2 count there already, is that William Black, he's been on these big stages before. He doesn't really have a lot to prove here tonight. Kenny Mitch needs to prove he can be that top-of-the-line competitor, and he needs to prove that he can compete on the big stage. And right now, William Black is kind of taking him to school right now with these right hands.
Absolutely. William Black is a top-tier competitor here. He's not liked by many, but that's for good reason. He's got a finisher known as the King Killer, and it's because anyone that steps in his path will get put down.
Absolutely. As now we see the right hands raining down from Kenny Mitch, and now a kick to the gut as he goes up to the middle rope. And a huge splash connects to William Black. And Kenny Mitch trying to get himself back in this one. You see him slowing it down a bit, maybe not going for as fast pace of offense as we're used to from him. I think just trying to catch his breath, and William Black not giving him that opportunity.
Absolutely, I think you're right on your assessment there. Kenny Mitch slowing things down a bit, not only because William Black isn't giving him an opportunity, but I think Kenny Mitch doesn't really know what to expect with a competitor like William. You know, he attacked him a few weeks ago on Uproar, and some say he got lucky, and that very well may be the case. So I think he's trying to pick his spots here and not go guns blazing.
I mean, we're seeing on the outside a thing I would normally say benefits William Black here, but Kenny Mitch so far doing a good job of wearing down the wolf out in no man's land.
Absolutely got that clutch locked in on the outside. It's not going to count as a submission, but it will definitely wear down your opponent.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. Once you go past the boundaries of the ropes, you cannot win a match, but you can definitely do some damage to your opponent.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, man. When Kenny Mitch came in, I didn't really like him. I didn't like his ego. I didn't like him saying that he was the future. But now I've gotten to know the man, and I know that he's working on a bus company. He's doing multiple jobs trying to raise his kids. The spitball is an homage to playing baseball with his kids, but right now he may never be able to play baseball again. Being choked out here.
The only thing he might be spitting right now is spitting up air, spitting up precious oxygen as William Black has that clutch locked in, but we see Kenny Mitch able to use maybe the last bit of his strength to get himself out of that and to keep himself alive in this match. But William Black has done a great job of keeping him stopped, and every turn went though for the kick to the gut. I think the prelude to that King Killer, but it's still not able to get it. As now, spitball! The spitball connects, and now he scrambles into the cover. Is that enough? The last shot he needs? No.
I would say Kenny Mitch with the perfect pitch, but it wasn't perfect enough. And now, Kenny, guided missile.
Yeah, the guided missile connects, and now looking once again, like you said, for the perfect pitch. Spitball! And you saw he targeted the eye that's busted open. William Black never saw it coming. 2! No!
Kenny Mitch proving that he has what it takes to compete head-to-head with someone like William Black, but William Black with just the experience. That's all it's going to come down to here.
William Black doing something we rarely see from him, going for that springboard. And now going into the ground and pound, I think looking to have Kenny Mitch join him in the blood. As we see that cut across the forehead, I think I saw a bit down towards the right eye of William Black. Yeah, you can see it there. Kenny Mitch kicking on that side, making it so that William Black did not see the kick coming. You've got to feel though right now that just angered William Black as he sent some crashing and burning to the outside.
Came down like a comet on the barely padded concrete. Kenny Mitch is not in good shape right now. Not after something like that.
I mean, we talked, yes, he's able to go head-to-head with William Black on the big stage. He has proven that much. But there's a big difference between holding your own, between going head-to-head and finishing the job. And Kenny Mitch right now has yet to finish the job. He has hit 2 spitballs. He has hit the guided missile, and William Black is still standing. You've got to feel right now, for Kenny Mitch, we talked earlier about the mental game, about the feeling that you can't get the job done. You've got to feel those thoughts are creeping in as we speak.
Absolutely. You know, it's a different thing, like you said, to put on a good fight and to survive. And right now, even though Kenny Mitch is putting on a good fight, surviving is a whole different story. And for someone like William Black, going for the king killer here. Survival is second nature.
As he hooks the leg, finally hits the king killer, and the Wolf of War with a successful hunt. And it was not without its scars, not without its wounds. And of course, the Wolf will have to go back and look those wounds later, but Kenny Mitch showed he could run with the Wolves, but William Black showed that it takes a lot more to hunt one.
Absolutely. You know, I don't know if William Black's going to be licking them wounds or if Maria Black's going to do it, but either way, a victory here on Golden Opportunity, cementing his status as a veteran here in CPW is quite the way to end the night for William Black. But right now, we're going to go off into our, later contest here because we are not done. This show is going to keep going just like all that blood out of William Black right now.
Absolutely. You've got to think 2 pay-per-view wins back-to-back. William Black on a hell of a roll right now. Perhaps a title opportunity in his future. But you want to talk about championships. You want to talk about titles. The new television champion, Benjamin Balder, going up against Mac Daddy Furnace. Many people consider who should have been a rightful tag team champion defending his title here tonight as a consolation for Bruno Natoli taking those titles from him. Gets a shot at the television title. And it's against a man that knows him very well. These two do not have any like for each other, personally or professionally. And tonight, we'll start to see who can come out on top when one of the grandest prizes in CPW is on the line. The television championship up for grabs.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't say it's a consolation prize, but right now we're going to find out who's going to go home with it.
Weighing in at 245 euros, he is the embodiment of excellence, Mac Daddy Furnace.
The Mac Daddy making his way down to the ring, dripped in the green and the gold here in Boston, Massachusetts. And tonight he looks to be leaving with a bit more gold. We saw it Bloody Valentine. He won the tag team titles. We talked about William Black having 2 back-to-back pay-per-view wins. 2 back-to-back pay-per-view title wins is what is on the cards here tonight for Mac Daddy Furnace.
Absolutely, and we know Mac Daddy Furnace didn't even get an opportunity to celebrate with his title on the last pay-per-view on Bloody Valentine. So now, if he is able to obtain that, television championship, that is going to be one hell of a celebration here in Boston, Massachusetts.
And now for the champion, making his way to the ring, weighing in at 240 pounds, from Norway, Benjamin Balder.
Bigger, bolder, Benjamin Balder here to defend that TV title. He just won it against Jacob Clark not too long ago. Literally the last episode of Upward, the last match before CPW's Golden Opportunity. Benjamin Balder made the most of his golden opportunity and became a champion. But it might be a short victory lap for Benjamin Balder, as tonight he goes up against Mac Daddy Furnace, and the title is on the line. He does not want to be known as the guy to have such a short reign with that belt.
Absolutely. It's easy to gain a title, but it's much harder to keep the title. And that's what separates the men from the boys here in Covenant Pro Wrestling. And Benjamin Balder does indeed want to be known as one of the men here in CPW.
Absolutely. And that television title initially won by Lucas Button, who at last pay-per-view Bloody Valentine lost it to Jacob Clark, who then lost it to Benjamin Balder, who is now defending it here tonight.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things about the television title. It's going to be defended quite frequently if you are that TV champion, you have the hardest schedule of anyone, because you're going to be defending that title almost day in, day out, almost each show that we have, because that's what's in the contract when you win that title. But, previous champions didn't want to do that, but now we have champions that do want to do that. Looking at you, Button.
Benjamin Boulder handing over that title. And you've got to feel the weight on the shoulders of Benjamin Boulder defending the title on pay-per-view. And you mentioned, yes, this is no consolation prize for Mac Daddy Furnace in regards to tag titles. In my opinion, one of the most prestigious titles in all of wrestling, because you have to defend it each week. It is a workhorse's title. It signifies the hardest working competitors here in CPW. And Benjamin Boulder wants to cement his name on that list.
Yeah, there's no weeks off just about with this CPW TV title. So, 2 weeks ago, now we're seeing another championship defense here.
Absolutely. And that's the thing with these, rapid defenses as well. We've yet to sort of see it mount up for Boulder, but, we talked about a bit with Jacob Clark when he was champion, that when you're defending in these, not just like weekly, tomato can matchups, you're defending in high octane, high impact, high quality opponent matchups, it's going to start to wear down on you. Benjamin Boulder just went to war with Jacob Clark, and now not too long after, he is being slammed down on the outside by Mac Daddy Furnace. You want to look back 1 week further, Benjamin Boulder alongside Dragon Kid beat our current world champion and our current number one contender, Jay Scott. It has not been a slow couple of weeks for Benjamin Boulder, and now he's going up against Mac Daddy Furnace, a man who, relatively speaking, is a fresher competitor. You've got to feel the advantage might be in the corner of the Mac Daddy.
Absolutely, Mac Daddy. He's a strange enigma here in Covenant Pro Wrestling. There are some things about his story, about his backstory, that just don't add up. But right now, what's going to add up, if he can make it happen, is his stock here. It's going to increase if he can gain this championship, and he can finally be the man he's been claiming to be all this time.
Absolutely, is now sent into the barricade. Got to keep in mind, if the referee's count on the outside, TV title will not change hands on a draw or on countout.
Absolutely.
And now, he'll have dumps him on his head on the outside. Benjamin Boulder not in a good way right now, as now Mac Daddy Furnace gets in and breaks the count.
And Mac allowing Boulder to come back into the ring and showing some sportsmanship here to a guy that just slammed him over the barricade.
I mean, he also did dump him on his head, though. But now we see that emerald flosion from the emerald-clad Mac Daddy Furnace, shades of Mitsuharu Misawa, and now half and half into a facebuster there. Locks up the arm. Mac Daddy Furnace looking for a submission victory against Benjamin Boulder.
Definitely a familiar move here in Covenant Pro Wrestling, not from Mac Daddy Furnace, but from one of our other competitors here, who we're going to see later on tonight, Selena Adams. But golden opportunities just don't stop in Covenant Pro Wrestling, especially on this night.
Now we see that face buster, that flat line, I might open it, kicks out, and what does Boulder? Benjamin Boulder refusing to say die by any means necessary, as now he shoots the elbows into the gut of Mac Daddy Furnace, kicking the leg out of the leg and into that lung blower. Now the leg drop down under as he looks to fly. Boulder bash on, shooting star connects.
Boulder bash is not a pretty maneuver to take. It's beautiful to see, but to actually feel it.
that went for Rainbow Road, but much like the aforementioned course, Benjamin Balder getting set off track there. Arm drag, though, gets him back into it.
A little cloud with a fishing pole just appeared overhead, and Benjamin Balder is somehow in this again.
And you've got to feel Mac Daddy Furnace now trying to take advantage. Was up, but no, went for the stock market crash. Benjamin Balder able to get out of the way. Instead, scoops him up as maybe looking for another Emerald Floated, not able to connect with it. And now we see targeting the back is Benjamin Balder. But the back elbow from Mac Daddy Furnace gets him some space here. Huge right hand, and the slap, and the elbow takes out the knee now with the drop kick. Mac Daddy Furnace fired up. See off the rope. Poison Rana.
Mac Daddy Furnace showing what he's made of here in Covenant Pro Wrestling, showing that he can be one of the most intense that we have. A 1 count there, or 2, excuse me, by referee jobs here.
And now looking to go up top, maybe looking for that blockbuster to finally hit it.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, that's gotta be it.
1, 2, and the champ, no, the champ doesn't do it just yet.
I cannot even take this anymore. Referee Leonard Seymour went on vacation. I should have went on vacation too, I swear.
And now the Balder, the next flush, center of the ring, and the champ looking to retain, but still no.
And I don't know how much of a vacation childbirth is, as I said before, but another Balder bash perhaps.
No, moonsault, but this time the knees were up. The knees were up by Mac Daddy Furnace, and now he lifts up. Got him hooked. Box office breaker. Into the cover, that cold 45, get into the 1, 2, 3, no! Benjamin Balder shoots that shoulder off the mat with some defiance.
That box office breaker was not enough to break Benjamin Balder. And now Mac Daddy Furnace trying to recalibrate here after missing a knee drop. But wait a minute.
A pump and dump connects. And now Benjamin Balder, the champ, center of the ring. Nowhere for the champion to go. And Mac Daddy Furnace looking to seize his destiny. But still not able to get the win. Moonsault misses. Huge high kick into the shooting star press, but not able to get it.
Back and forth. This offense and defense, this flurry by both men is just beautiful to see.
Now knee to the head. Drops Balder. We see him taking out the arms, trying to make it so he can't lock in that chromatic choke, that Dragon Sleeper. The only shot that Benjamin Balder has left in his arsenal that he has yet to hit. As now we see lifting up for another box office breaker.
Right in the middle of the ring.
2, 3. A new CPW television champion. And it is Mac Daddy Furnace.
Mac Daddy Furnace.
Unbelievable. Benjamin Balder gave it his all. But Mac Daddy Furnace not willing to leave another pay-per-view without a title. And now we have a new TV champion.
Absolutely.
You think that's enough gold for him?
I don't know if enough is ever enough for Mac Daddy Furnace, but he is certainly going to have his hands full over the next couple weeks defending that television championship. But speaking of defending championships, we move on to the CPW Women's title match. Hisano, the Boss Woman, Lauren Osborne, the Welsh Firecracker, the Women's Champ. Only one of these two women will walk out of Boston with the gold wrapped around their waist.
Absolutely. And this is no traditional women's title matchup. This is a blood feud. And you know Hisano wants to end it her way. But Lauren Osborne, she never backs down. She never quits. She always keeps fighting. And she's gonna have her hands full. They're both gonna have their hands full.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a CPW Women's Championship match. Introducing first, making their way to the ring from Kyoto, Japan, she is the Boss Woman, the Yakuza's #1 hit, Hisano.
The Boss
That's
Woman.
Hisano makes her way down to the ring. I'm sorry to cut you off there, James, but I mean, you look at this, it's an imposing silhouette, is Hisano. And yes, we've seen her come up short in times here in CPW, but there's a reason she commands the respect that she does. There's a reason she is called the Boss Woman. It's not just some title. It's not just some fancy nickname, no. She is one of the most dangerous, imposing competitors I have ever seen. And Lauren
Absolutely.
Osborne has her hands full tonight.
And you look at the eyes of Hisano. She is known as the Yakuza's #1 hit for good reason. And it's because she is the best that they have ever produced, okay? She is not some slouch, not some bum wandering in off the street. She is a top tier, S tier competitor here in Covenant Pro Wrestling. And our champion, Lauren Osborne, is going to have all of her hands full.
And you look at the eyes of Hisano, you look at the whole demeanor. No fear tonight, no pressure. Biggest match of her CPW career, and she is looking as calm as ever.
And now for the champion, making their way to the ring from Welsh Valley's Wales, she is the Welsh Firecracker.
Well, Lauren Osborne making her way out to the ring in her traditional gear tonight. She had special gear planned, but unfortunately, this team of Hisano and her goons stole Lauren Osborne's gear, and now she's got to wear her regular shit.
I think, though, if you're Lauren Osborne, as long as you hold that belt right there, as long as you're wearing that around your waist or over your shoulder, doesn't matter what else there is.
Well, our captain, our leader of the women's division, Lauren Osborne, trying to come out here and make a strong showing as she always does, but this isn't just a traditional matchup. This is going to be another fight. Similar to how we saw earlier tonight, several fights. Kenny Mitch versus William Black. Will Sheridan versus Ebac. This is on that level. This is, more than a championship, more than a victory. This is the deciding point on who is going to reign supreme over these two women.
Absolutely, and here's the thing. This isn't about just these two women, it's about a whole division. Lauren Osborne, a fighting champion. A champion that many people are proud of since she won it at Bloody Valentine against Marilyn Myers. Hisano, leader of Killer Instinct, the Yakuza's #1 hit. A person who rules through fear. One of these two women will lead this division going forward, and the other one will fall to the back of the line.
You know that Lauren doesn't want to be the one to fall to the back of the line, but neither does Hisano. Hisano has been, fighting and clawing and scratching for an opportunity to, don that championship, to hold that belt. And tonight is finally the chance she's going to have to take that belt home with her.
It absolutely is, but Lauren Osborne's a fighter. And with how personal Hisano has made this over the last just a couple weeks, with the mentions of Lauren Osborne's personal business, her personal life, you've got to feel that while yes, you could argue Hisano might be in the head of Lauren Osborne, I think Lauren Osborne is going to be fighting this not like the title's on her line, but like her life is on the line.
Absolutely, her livelihood, her dignity is on the line here.
If you actually look at the two competitors, by the way, you know, obviously I would say that Hisano does have the power advantage of the two, but Lauren Osborne, a bigger competitor. You've got to feel Hisano not used to that in these matches. She's used to being the bigger, more imposing competitor. Sure, she still has the power advantage, but it's going to be a lot harder to use that when you aren't having the size advantage as well. We're seeing her stick to her striking right now, which I think is a very good switching up of the game plan.
And just one strike after another in quick succession. Combinations that I don't think we've ever seen her hit before. It just goes to show the stakes of this match.
Absolutely. As now goes to the cover 2 count, only 2 though. It's now goes up, Hurricane Rana drops Hisano.
And we can see how difficult that was. It wasn't just an easy Hurricane Rana. That was a lot of force that needed to be exerted to pull that off.
Absolutely. Is now elbow drop though, connects flush from Lauren Osborne. You've got to feel Lauren feeling a bit serendipitous right now as she goes for that double stomp. Doesn't have to worry about someone cashing in on her just yet. That golden opportunity ladder match yet to take place. It's now back off driver. Escapes, does Lauren. And now has got Hisano hooked. Exploder in the corner, drops Hisano on her head.
Absolutely, and you know what? It's got to be interesting for Lauren Osborne, for Hisano, for Jay Scott and Jamie Clark to not know what's going on in their matchups, but also not know who's going to be the contender to potentially, down the line, take the belt off of whoever has it at the end of the night, because those golden opportunity matches are co-main events.
Absolutely. And now Hisano trying to wear down Lauren Osborne. We've seen Lauren Osborne really fire up lately. And again, we talked about the mind games that Hisano's been trying to play with Lauren Osborne. You've got to feel slowing it down allows for Hisano to take more of control of that mental game.
Now on the barely padded concrete, things are going to get a little different here, but Lauren Osborne saw the slam coming and did everything in her power to deflect.
It's not talked a lot, but we've seen a lot from the lucha side of Lauren Osborne. She drags through, connects with the knee of youth. Might be making a quick end to this matchup. No, only 2. But she's been using a lot of lucha-style counters here to counteract the power game of Hisano, as now she goes up top looking for airborne and Osborne by Hisano. A standard classic counter, gets those knees up, and now kick to the gut.
Shiharai
V2 goes into the cover, hooks that outside like to become the new women's champion. No, not just yet.
But now, looking for the hit. Hisano measuring up.
And that hit connecting right under the nose, but she's not done. She's going for more here, but got greedy. Kick to the back of the head from Lauren Osborne. And now, Lauren, a chance at life in this matchup, but goes behind, takes out the knee. We see her now holding that knee with the brace. Does Osborne. Gotta feel that now Hisano's got a target.
Absolutely, and you know, you were talking a little bit about the maneuvers that Lauren Osborne is pulling out tonight, the different styles, and I have to agree, Lauren Osborne is an amalgamation of all of her friends and family and her experiences. She takes little bits of everything from everyone she works with.
Oh, nearly took home the gold there with that backdrop driver. As she goes up top, maybe looking for airborne. Osborne, one more time. Connects flush this time. Scrambles into the cover. But still, no, just 2.
The unbelievable, immeasurable level of commitment here by both of these women. as Hisano hits the dragon screw, as Lauren Osborne hits that counter there, as Hisano hits another here.
Now the high kick from Hisano, and now has her up. Fireman's carry, landslide connects, and now you see her stomping the gut, keeping her placed there with the foot as she hits the elbow. That bionic elbow, still not enough. Now though, this time looking to finish it off. I can't, no! Able to sidestep is Lauren. And now, oh, gets caught though by the ponytail, grabbing the hair is Hisano.
We do know that Hisano is one mean lady. She doesn't care much about the rules, and as long as the referee Jobs is allowing these things to happen, she's gonna keep doing it.
I mean, hey, referee's discretion. You know, a match as big as this wouldn't want to end on a DQ from a simple hair pull. As now Lauren sends her into the corner. And now just the repeated European uppercuts, just trying to take out Hisano. Sends her across the ring, another one. This time, one more. Hisano stumbles out. Drop kick drops her. We're seeing the damage being done to the challenger. Rolls through, knee of youth, and that might have just knocked her out cold. Into the cover, hooks the outside leg. Lauren Osborne retains her championship.
And you know, that was a definitive win here in this matchup. The last couple of weeks, the last couple of occasions we saw Lauren Osborne, her opponents were able to grab the rope, and every single time Lauren Osborne got a win, there was some question regarding whether it was legitimate, whether she earned it. But tonight, Hisano wasn't able to see where she wasn't able to grab those ropes, and she did in fact earn that win.
Absolutely she did.
And ladies and gentlemen, you know, Hisano tried her damnedest, but Lauren Osborne could not be understated. Her dominance could not be understated. And I'm sorry, Shaw, to cut you off, but, you know, this is quite the victory here in Covenant Pro Wrestling for Lauren. And now we're moving on in the action to another championship, the CPW World Heavyweight Championship. Jay Scott gonna try his damnedest as well to take that belt off of Jamie Clark. But, you know, in this feud, in this agreement that they have had, it's not quite been traditional. They've been kind of cooperating and working together. Will that end here tonight?
I can't say too much for sure. I know Jay Scott very personally. I've worked with him for damn near close 3 or 4 years now. But I know he has never held world championship gold.
The following contest
Tonight, he gets a chance to do that, but he's going up against who many people consider the current best wrestler in the world, Jamie Clark.
Introducing first, making their way to the ring,
Greatest of all time, Jay Scott. Gonna have a lot to prove.
Pounds, from Rockdale, Maryland, they are the greatest of all time, Jay Scott.
Jay Scott makes his way in the ring. He calls himself the greatest of all time. But a lot of people say you can't make that claim for yourself unless you've held a world championship. Tonight, Jay Scott gets a chance to try and silence the doubters.
Absolutely. You know, I start to think sometimes that that name, that moniker is a barrier, is a roadblock to Jay Scott's success. But I'm not the expert here. Only Jay Scott is the expert on Jay Scott. Just like only Jamie Clark is the expert on Jamie Clark.
And now, the champion, making their way to the ring, weighing in at 256 pounds, representing the Clark Dynasty from London, England, Jamie Clark.
Jamie Clark makes his way down to the ring. You gotta feel right now he's feeling what the pressure's like of winning the world title and having to defend it. I did a sit-down interview with him not too long ago. We talked about the pressure he had going into that World Championship match at Bloody Valentine. The pressure he had on his shoulders to continue the Clark family dynasty here in professional wrestling. But I think as you look at him make his entrance here, he's beginning to realize this is where the real work begins. Defending this championship here in Boston, Massachusetts, his first defense of the title. You've got to feel the pressure is on for him to keep up that legacy, for him to defend not just this championship, but to defend the dynasty.
Absolutely. You know, Jamie Clark was the only one to not gain a World Heavyweight Championship in his time in professional wrestling, and now that he has, he's going to protect that at all costs.
Absolutely. Now, Jamie Clark. You see it just off screen as Jay Scott stands on the ropes to get into the ring, staring down at his opponent, holding up the title. You want this belt. You want to be the greatest of all time. You're gonna have to take it from me. That's what it's all about, folks. Not just being the world champion, but by being able to say you are the best male professional wrestler in the world today. Jay Scott wants that claim. Jamie Clark has that claim. Only one will be able to lay claim to it once the bell rings for a second time here tonight.
Jamie not ready to give that belt up yet, celebrating just a bit with it, draping it over his shoulder before finally letting Devontae Jobs take hold of that precious cargo there.
Very precious cargo. And now, that's what it's all about. Jay Scott telling him to bring it. Jamie Clark shaking out the nerves as this one gets underway. We're seeing Jay Scott. He is going to be a better technical wrestler than Jamie Clark is. And we're seeing that now, though. We see him go to the striking game. I think that's him trying to get in the head of Jamie Clark. Jamie Clark, a profoundly great striker. But Jay Scott has that sort of wrestling background, as we see the suplex there connect, that he needs to use if he wants to beat Jamie Clark here tonight.
Absolutely. You're right on the money there. Jay Scott's doing what he's got to do, showing the world his repertoire. And Jamie Clark, he is a profound striker. That is the style of the Clark dynasty. You know, he's got strikes in bunches and also the 585 lariat to look out for. And these two contrasting styles are going to be one hell of a title match here.
Hey, styles make fights, and this is going to be one hell of a fight. As now Jamie Clark looking to show off some power here in their singles main event. Has him lifted up and drops him behind with the military press.
Absolutely, you are correct. This is the singles main event because now, after this match, after we figure out who is going to reign supreme and be our champion here tonight, or stay our champion, become our champion, all we have left are golden opportunities.
Absolutely, we've had 3 title matches here tonight. Our most recent 2 had a 50-50 split of a new champion and a retaining champion. And now we see Jay Scott run his shoulder as hard as possible into that corner. We're seeing the main event's fine, so it doesn't seem to be affecting him, but you've got to feel that just put a huge target for Jamie Clark to eventually exploit. And Jay Scott not giving him a chance. Sweeps the leg Johnny, and Jay going for the cover. And only 2 count as Jamie Clark kicks out of that leg sweep. And now running lariat, Jay Scott though able to catch him. Fisherman suplex connects.
Yeah, that aggression, that focus from Jay Scott that comes directly from the training of Killer Kowalski there. You know, he wasn't anyone to allow any maneuvers that were extra or unnecessary. But that Back to the Future by Jamie Clark almost cemented the future here tonight.
And now 585, Jay Scott ducks it. And Jay's got lots of history with the man that made that move. He knows how to avoid the 585 as connects with the Atom. Smasher to crown a new champion here. Oh, jeez, just barely gets the shoulder up, does Jamie Clark. And now Jay Scott, he's got to be thinking big shot here. Now though, Jay needs something big. He needs to try and follow up off that Atom Smasher. Instead, he's going to get tossed right out here.
We've seen a lot of people utilizing the barely padded concrete tonight. A lot of people tossing their opponent over the top rope, through the top rope, to get to that barely padded concrete. That, you know, precarious position that gives the advantage more times than not.
Absolutely is now. We're seeing Jamie send Jay into the corner. And just a clubbing blow to the back. And we see him target that shoulder that he ran into the post earlier. That he ran into the turnbuckle. Very smart from Jamie Clark. Wanting to use that just big target that he has to his advantage. And now blocks the suplex. Scott connects with one of his own.
Yeah, you can't really match suplexes with Jay Scott. I mean, he's got them in all different angles, all different ways to hit you with them. It's not someone that you want to try to match the suplexes with.
Absolutely not. He's got the wrestling advantage over Jamie Clark, and he's trying to get Jamie in that corner. Jamie doing a fantastic job of sticking and moving, and now he's got him up. And what's this? Jesus, Canadian airplane spin. Jamie Clark busted out all the hits here.
Unbelievable show of strength, show of balance, show of speed. Our champion just kind of toying with his opponent right now.
Well, but now, looking once again, 585, not able to get all of it though. Jay just barely sidesteps, and now Victory Road connects. Jay Scott calling the champ to his feet. No, not able to get the Atom Smasher. DDT spikes him.
What an exchange. Went for a chop block there, but chop block was blocked by Jamie Clark with a lariat.
Rainmaker by Clark, and now targeting the arm of... And now, again, going for the 585. We have yet to see him connect with this. If he does, it's over. No, again, Jay Scott able to sidestep. And instead, Back to the Future. 1, 2. No. 2 Back to the Futures. Couple missed attempts at the 585. Jay Scott just has it scouted. He knows the move so well.
There we go. And he misses it.
It's that off the ropes. Huge forearm. It's saying though he's not missing it. It's that Jay Scott knows the man who made that move, Michael Young, so personally. He knows how to dodge that move so well. And now we're seeing the Dragon Sleeper, shades of his father, Alex Clark, going deep into the well to try and beat. And he gets it. Jamie Clark causes Jay Scott, I don't know if he tapped out or passed out, but he defends his legacy, his family dynasty. He knew he was not going to be able to hit the 585. Jay Scott had it scouted from a mile away every time, but he went back into the playbook, something he didn't expect. The move of his father, Alex Clark, gets him the win and retains that world title.
Absolutely. And Jamie Clark continuing his reign as our champion, proving that he is in fact better than his nemesis or former nemesis, Will Sheridan. I don't know what's going on in that capacity, but Jamie Clark still stands tall here tonight with a submission victory.
And now a match coming up for submissions. A submission and a bag of chips gives you, well, $2.50 at the dollar store. Coming up next, our first of 2 Golden Opportunity ladder matches.
Absolutely. We're going to be starting it off with the women's golden opportunity, and a golden opportunity for all of these women, and a mystery entrant making her way into the golden opportunity ladder match. This is going to be one for the ages, as all of these women have proven they have the chops to be our champion.
Absolutely, and there's so many interpersonal issues between all of these women. Belle Florent and Emma Barkley's and Neva Leslie's months-long feuds at this point.
Wait, what the hell is this? Hello? Cassidy Clark?
That's at a contract signing. We're getting word from the backstage here.
I think this is just a meet and greet. What is this?
Well, that was at the fan meet and greet that was happening before the show today. Regardless, folks, moving on, like I was saying, there's so many people with interpersonal issues here in this match.
Absolutely. And one that doesn't have many personal issues with anyone in this match. Diamond Skylar, Sarasota's hardcore soul, making her way out to the ring.
Yes, I was about to say, the only person maybe that doesn't have an axe to grind with the rest of the field is the woman with maybe the most to prove, Diamond Skylar. Fans of Origins will recognize her as a mainstay there on that product. Now looking to get the ultimate golden opportunity. Not just a golden opportunity here on Uproar in this sort of division, but the golden opportunity of a woman's title match whenever she so chooses. If she's going up against 5 of the best, well, 4 of the best, we don't know if the 5th one's one of the best, but she has a lot to prove here tonight. She's been training with Sarah Ryan. Congratulations, Sarah, by the way, on the new child. But we move along to a powerhouse, Neva Leslie. And we talked about people with access to grind. It was last month at Bloody Valentine. Neva Leslie and Emma Barkley took on Hisano and Belle Florent. We know there's been this feud with Killer Instinct, Hisano and Belle Florent, and Neva Leslie, Emma Barkley, Lauren Osborne. We saw Lauren Osborne, the girlfriend of Neva Leslie, get the win here tonight. Neva, maybe let's make it 2 for 2 for the Power Cup.
Absolutely, and what a match to do it in. The golden opportunity that's going to propel you up the ranks instantaneously and make you a title contender here in Covenant Pro Wrestling. No better opportunity than that. You could say it's golden.
Oh, you.
Oh, me, but oh, who is this? Our third entrant into the golden opportunity match is none other than Selena Adams.
From Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Or as I like to call her, Edgelord Selena Adams.
Edgelord Selena Adams.
Making her appearance known recently here on CPW Uproar. Calling her shot. And then recently attacking Belle Florent, saving Max Wheeler from Belle Florent with a DTA. That stunner that we've seen her adopt. And you've got to feel Selena, she's been in matches like this before and succeeded, but this is her first match since July 17th last year. You've got to feel she is being thrown into a very dangerous situation after that many months of ring rust.
Absolutely. You know, she hadn't had much practice, hadn't had much time in the ring, and now she's going up against Belle Florent, one of Killer Instinct's very own.
And someone who has a lot of history with damn near everyone in this match. I mean, she's the reason Emma Barkley had that leg injury that kept her out for a lot of this month. She and Selena have history dating back over 3+ years. And of course, we talked earlier about her history with Neva Leslie and Lauren Osborne. Belle Florent might be a dark horse pick to win this match, as now that Hisano, I mean, is not going to be champion, there's nothing really stopping her from winning this match and cashing in whenever she wants.
Absolutely, and you know, Belle Florent was our first CPW Women's Champion. She knows what it's like to be in that spot. She knows what it's like to hold that title, to have that target on her back. So all of these feuds, all these intermingling aggressors in this matchup against her, it's nothing new for her. And now as we see the golden opportunity briefcase dangling.
And now, making her way to the
overhead,
ring from
Emma Barkley
California,
making her way out to the ring.
California.
You gotta feel this is a big question mark going into this match. Obviously, we saw her in the match against Max Wheeler recently on Uproar. We know she's medically cleared to compete, but you gotta feel, or you've gotta at least ask, is the leg 100%? We saw her get injured back at Bloody Valentine, kept her on the shelf for over a month. Now she's going into this ladder match, very dangerous. Will the California Sweetheart's leg be able to stop her from buckling under the pressure?
You know, Emma's been rehabbing. She's been in the training facility, Covenant Pro Wrestling Academy. She's been training with Dan Darnester, who is also in a golden opportunity ladder match here tonight. So I think she's pretty safe to say that she's in decent shape. I could be wrong, but you can never predict these things.
And
But now, speaking of unpredictable, who is our final
Pan
competitor?
American Estates Mobile Home Community in Scottsbluff, Nebraska.
Wait a minute!
She is the Trailer Park
The Trailer Park Princess got some unfinished business with Selena Adams. She hit the DTA on her a couple of weeks ago, and I guess don't trust anyone. Even if you saved me, I saved an ass whooping for you.
DTA, don't trust anyone, don't trust Adams, whatever you want to call it. You can trust Max Wheeler about to open a can of whoop ass on 5 other people in this match. Oh, hell yeah. But you've got to feel Max Wheeler. Again, you see the double knee braces. Not sure how she'll do in a ladder match, but if she's anything like her tag team partner Betty White was on the last Origins we had, she'll do just fine for herself.
You know, Betty White and Max Wheeler have had a long history of ladder matches. And up until recent history, when Betty White was actually able to win one, we haven't seen them have much luck in regards to these ladder matches. They had one for the tag team championships back in CWL. It didn't work out. They were completely ineffective in that match. They just didn't have what it took. Now this could be a completely different story.
And now this one getting underway. We see Belle Florent going after Max Wheeler like she did on Uproar. I was going to say maybe we're seeing Emma Barkley and Neva Leslie about to work together, but no, it does not seem like that is to be. And we have the two debutants here in Selena Adams and Diamond Skyler battling on the outside. It's everyone's paired off, and it's only a question of who is going to be the first to introduce a ladder into this matchup.
Absolutely, and my pick for this matchup is none other than Selena Adams, as we see her on the outside trying to hit those sentons. But as you say, she hit the don't trust Adams. She hits the DTA, and you can't predict anything that she's gonna do. She just stormed on the scene and made it her own. So that is my pick here tonight.
That's now the brain buster on the outside. You gotta keep in mind though, you say she's unpredictable, but also keep in mind she has not been in a ring in what, 7, 8, 9 months? Nearly a year. And now she's in a ladder match, which Max Wheeler might be about to win as she starts to work on that padlock combination we have around that briefcase. Belle fighting her on top of the ladder, slams her face first as more people continue to do battle. As Selena's slammed down on the ladder on the outside.
You know, Diamond Skyler took a really massive hit on that ladder on the outside and gave one back to Selena, but Neva Leslie being completely lawn darted into the barely padded concrete by her good friend Emma Barkley. Now on the top.
No one's going to hit you harder than your friends, but now Selena Adams trying to stop Belle Florent here from the top of the ladder. Diamond Skylar continuing to go after Selena. Max Wheeler alone at the top of Mount Olympus itself. Emma Barkley and Diamond Skylar doing a good job of getting rid of her.
And Max completely falling off of that ladder. And it didn't look like it felt very nice. But she's back in the action with a Hurricane Rana.
Now Belle goes after Selena. We talked about Selena sort of thwarting Belle's plans at Uproar. Is now looking to maybe set up the ladder once again. No. Instead, drops it to get the back elbow in on Selena. We're still seeing the friends do battle on the outside of the ring.
Yeah, potentially best frenemies at this point.
Now Michinoku driver to Belle as Emma gets the other ladder in this matchup. Goes to use it against Neva. Neva able to disarm her. As the ladder is set up once again. Selena Adams looking to climb, claiming that a golden opportunity. Belle looking to go up and meet her.
One of the combinations on that lock has been pressed by Selena Adams, but now Belle Florent looking to go into high red district.
Huge splash off the top by Belle Florent. And now though Emma Barkley looking to take the opportunity for herself. As Neva Leslie said to the outside.
Three of the combinations have been inputted and now slammed down with authority on that ladder. Completely broken in half. Emma Barkley's got more than a leg to worry about at this point.
Is now Selena going to the outside here, looking to take the fight to Belle Florent some more in the ring. Diamond Skylar and Max Wheeler, perhaps two of the more violent members of this match, going at it as Neva Leslie introduces the ladder, or second ladder, into the ring, and Max Wheeler immediately dumps her to the outside. And now, looking to unhook that some more. We're over halfway done. Diamond Skylar looking to beat at the legs of Max Wheeler. Neva Leslie though looking to sends Diamond Skylar into the ladder.
Ladders all over the place. Max Wheeler out on her feet as she wakes up just in time.
Belly to Diamond Skylar onto the ladder. And now Max Wheeler just dangling like a goddamn pinata all the way above the ring and drops hard onto her legs.
We talk about knee braces. We talk about injuries. That could not have helped her case.
Oh, but now we see Belle Florent, only one in the ring that's up, has a chance here to climb. And Max Wheeler looking to stop her as the head and arm suplex there onto Emma Barkley. And now Selena tosses her into the barricade.
Diamond Skylar may have not spent a lot of time in this ring in this matchup, but on the outside she is proving that she is right at home here on the Uproar roster at Golden Opportunity.
Selena trying to pull down Neva Leslie. Neva having none of it. And now Max Wheeler just choking her as both are sent falling off the ladder. It's now belly to belly by Emma on the outside. What else Selena going for here?
What the?
Sends Belle onto the ladder. Selena Adams showing she's not missed a step. And now looking to set up the ladder here. Not quite under the briefcase though. And now Belle sends it falling. And Belle,
you got to get her points for trying. Selena Adams went for it, but now she's getting caught in the butcher's snare that is not going to get a victory here in this matchup. There is no submission, but it will take out the legs that are needed to climb that ladder.
It's now the pile driver stump puller style to Neva Leslie. Selena using the head scissors to escape Belle Florent. And Belle stopping her from climbing there. Now just shooting the knees into the side of the head as we see Diamond Skylar and Max Wheeler sort of pair off against the friends of Emma Barkley and Neva Leslie. Now send it to our announce table is Neva. Selena sent to the outside. Diamond goes for a big splash, but nobody home as Emma looks to climb. But I think she realized that ladder's not set up properly.
Wait a minute.
Mama's last cigarette might have just
Mama's
taken
last
out.
cigarette can absolutely be what Max Wheeler needs to gain this opportunity. Sorry to cut you off, Shaw. I'm just on the edge of my seat here.
Now,
quite literally.
To see connects to Neva Leslie, that European uppercut. And now, wait a second, fighter onto the ladder by Diamond Skylar. That sinister skyline on the ladder into the breathless sky. We see Belfort stomping on the back of Selena Adams to deal some more damage. It's now Spear. That spear adopted from the likes of Kel Valen, an inspiration for Selena Adams. Now though, let's have what Barkley got in mind, not gonna find out. And now gotta lift it up, that knife!
Max Wheeler, I'm not sure, has the right idea on the outside, needs to bring the action back into the ring as Selena Adams hammers away on Neva Leslie, but Neva fights as much as she can to stay in this matchup.
Now, we see Max Wheeler dumping Neva Leslie, belt prevent connecting there with that big forearm. The ladder getting sent flying out of the ring, yet taking Doc Skylar's head off right by our announce table.
That was almost a final destination-like maneuver there from that ladder. I have never seen anything like that in my life.
Now, we're seeing no one really able to go for a win. Too many people up and moving. Is now Uranage.
Uranage hit with brutal effectiveness, but like they say, too many hands in the pot to get anything done here.
It's now though, backbreaker from Adams. And now, Selena Sunset locked in. Not gonna get her the win, but gonna do some damage, and Emma Barkley looking to save her friend. And now, half and half up Selena on her head.
Diamond Skylar has got something planned here. She's pacing around in the middle of the ring and I guess just picking her spot, picking her target here.
You've got to feel, with how much of that padlock that's been undone, you've got to wonder if maybe the next person to make that climb might very well be the one to claim the golden opportunity for herself. Now though, Selena got her hooked here. Buster drops her on her head. German suplex now drops Selena.
And now Max going after Neva. I thought she was going to go for that Mama's last cigarette or maybe even that trailer hitch, but unable to get it done as Emma Barkley just twirling around.
You can see her get dropped on her head because of Belle Florent. We talked about the history, we talked about the hatred those two share. She wants to take her out permanently. Now Selena goes behind, not quite able to get it. And now Selena inadvertently getting hit with the ladder as Emma Barkley right for Belle Florent. And now the ladder is set up. Emma Barkley climbing to the top, but no, not going for the bell, was trying to go for a dive. And Max Wheeler sends her falling all the way from the heights of Mount Olympus.
Max Wheeler took a little bit of a breather there, but now recalibrating. But Emma Barkley does not allow her to set that ladder up. Emma gonna take her time setting it up for herself and try to reach the very top of Mount Olympus, as you said, and obtain that opportunity.
It's now Northern Lights connects. And we see Emma Barkley's got her up. California dreaming, but her dream might be about to turn into a nightmare walking as Belle Florent is on top of the ladder, but no, not able to get it. And now on the ladder. Damn near breaking her in half.
This has been the most violent women's ladder match that I think I have ever seen, Shaw.
Now what Selena got in mind? Takes out Barkley. Selena all alone in the ring. As now Diamond Skylar looking to introduce the ladder and herself into the match as she goes up top to meet her. Big right hand from Skylar, and now got her up top. What in the hell is this? Suplex away from the top of the ladder.
Diamond Skylar showing that she is indeed Sarasota's hardcore soul, completely obliterating Selena Adams, breaking bones, I'm sure, on that suplex from the top of the ladder. Selena Adams may very well be out of this matchup as Neva Leslie gets dropped by her very best friend in this world on that ladder. She just barely clipped it, but the damage has been done throughout this match.
As now, what's this? Awesome by Selena Adams. Slap to Neva Leslie. Adams refusing to say die. And now, oh wait a second, maybe Mama's last cigarette? No, send her to the corner. TKO on the ladder by Max Wheeler, but Neva Leslie's right back up.
Tangled in the ropes, Max Wheeler somehow.
And those shiv-like punches from Belle Florent as Max Wheeler takes her down. See a bit of a coalition here by Max Wheeler and Belle Florent to take out Neva Leslie, but Neva Leslie catches the ladder, looking to even the odds. Instead, Rainmaker from Belle Florent.
Rainmaker lariat completely flipping Neva Leslie inside out.
Now, we see Neva Leslie going up to Diamond Skylar. Diamond Skylar sending both women into the corner. Emma Barkley caused a bit of a malfunction at the junction there. Butterfly suplex with the double underhook. Now Selena, Max Wheeler, 5 of the 6 women standing in the ring right now. As Max Wheeler looks to climb, Selena Adams looks to join her. No, Max Wheeler back down. Now Max Wheeler going up to join her. And these 2 women at the top of the ladder. And which one is going to be the one to fall? Wait a second. Selena Adams taking her down with her. Every crash from the air, crashing to the ground.
Crowd is screaming, "This is awesome," and I can't help but agree. This has been absolute mayhem. Emma Barkley trying to take a couple more notches off of that combination.
Now Selena sent it to the corner. All 6 women in the ring for the first time in what feels like ages. Now, oh, Emma Barkley dropped down onto Belle Florent. What a smart strategy from Emma Barkley. She saw Belle was about to set up the ladder. She knew she needed to take her out, and she did what she had to do.
Absolutely bit the bullet on that one. Made sure that Belle Florent just wasn't able to gain this championship for a second time. There are things in this matchup that mean more than the gold, mean more than the opportunity for the gold, so to speak. But Emma Barkley's got her money on her mind, and she's trying to do her best to make sure that Belle doesn't go home with it.
So Max Wheeler sends Selena to the outside. Electric chair drops Neva Leslie. As now Belle looks to take out Diamond Skylar, not quite able to do it. Huge lariat takes down Belle Florent, but now Max Wheeler connects with the wheelbarrow facebuster. But doesn't get sent to the outside. Instead, able to stay in. Snapmare, chop to the back, kick to the front. Belle sets up the ladder. And now Belle on top. Selena going up to try and stop her. And now, oh God, not again, Selena. Cammy crash a second time for her first match in months. Selena Adams showing no rust, showing no regard for her health or for ring rust or for anything. But now Max.
Absolutely. Emma Barkley's got to get up that ladder. Emma, you got it.
And Max Wheeler, the Trailer Park Princess, has secured her golden opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the first ladder match that Max Wheeler has ever won in her career. Ever. She's been in numerous of them. She's tried and climbed and just fallen each and every time when it came down to it. But tonight, the golden opportunity is in her hands.
Very well is. But now we have one more. And if that was any indication, we're in for a hell of a ride. Golden opportunity ladder match. Dan Darnesta, Johnny D, Jacob Clark, Bruno Natoli, Pinkish, Dragon Kid, nearly Dragon Dad, and Daniel Horror and Jacob Nitro. So many men. Only one will walk out here with the golden opportunity.
Absolutely. And it starts right now. This has been a night of first here. And could this be a continuation of that? Could, this be the first chance that one of these competitors has to skyrocket themselves into the main event, into title contention?
Well, the first one to try and make that jump, Jacob Nitro, the fire starter.
Well, I guess the fire starter is starting it off here tonight in the Golden Opportunity men's ladder match. And I've got to say it's quite appropriate because this is going to be an absolute barn burner if I have any indication based on that last match.
Absolutely, I'm still catching my breath from that match. But here's a man that looks to take the breath away of everyone here in the audience. A man that likes, talked about Tony Samuel stealing the show, but here's a man that likes to do it just as much. Jacob Nitro, who at last pay-per-view at Bloody Valentine had that Iron Man match against Pinkish, came up short, but you've got to feel put on a hell of a performance, and now gets a chance to win it all.
And here is the man that traded in his tag team title, I guess, status, not necessarily the belt, still got that at home, for a chance at a golden opportunity.
And folks, there he is, Magnifico Bruno Natoli, making his way down to the ring. The reason you've not seen him since Bloody Valentine, yes, he did hold those titles hostage to make sure that he got this spot in the match, but also he knew if he came to this arena, security would try to take it away. He has been physically at his home, holding it hostage, resting himself up, preparing for this match.
Yeah, Bruno Natoli for all the raviolis here tonight, the Sicilian sensation. Bruno trying to make everybody aware that he is built for more than just a simple, in his words, tag team title. He needs the world title.
Let's be honest, you look at a guy like this, he's not a man that's a co-star. Okay? He is not someone who shares the spotlight. For better or for worse?
I'm going to say it's for worse.
Yeah, probably.
And now as we see the briefcase dangling overhead, the crowd in the arena is on their feet. And now our next competitor is making their way out.
And a man that Jacob Nitro knows well.
The man calling himself the ruler of the portal. Definitely a guy that Jacob Nitro knows well, looking to have a continuation of whatever animosity is left over, whatever residual hatred is still in the tank.
That pink man is looking to get himself some gold here tonight.
Absolutely, that pinkish, purplish man making his way to the ring, draped in purple and green. The color confusion going on for me is insane, just like this matchup is going to be. Very peculiar character, this pinkish. Derives inspiration from many things, most of which I'm unfamiliar with.
Now we await the person that'll make it half of the field.
Absolutely, the camera guy, for whatever reason, is just focused so much on that dangling briefcase, but Daniel Horror focused on that briefcase for a different reason. That is his golden opportunity. The Second City Knight here to make sure that the Second City Knight is first in line.
Absolutely. The Second City Knight also coming off a win against fellow Golden Opportunity Ladder Match competitor Johnny D. You've got to feel that if anyone's got the momentum going into this, it's him.
You are correct. That tag team match just a couple of weeks ago, Cammy B and Johnny D versus Liza and Daniel Horror. You know, Liza and Daniel got the victory on that night. Could that be history repeated here tonight for Daniel?
I mean, it very well could be. We did see Liza Horror, though, take the L earlier tonight, so we could be seeing the same here from Danny Boy. But the Second City Knight looking to, well, he says he's the chosen one. If he gets that Golden Opportunity briefcase, it will very much be like that. It will be that he has a spot. He has a #1 contendership. He has that match whenever he chooses.
Absolutely. The chosen one follows no one, but can anyone follow him? Definitely a tough act to follow as he makes his entrance into this matchup. And now, who is going to enter in this moment, take their golden opportunity? Oh, man.
Yeah. Dan Darnester.
Gonna do his darndest coming into this matchup.
Right, he's gonna do his darndest. Dan Darnester, one of my favorite wrestlers, and all of CPW, and all of wrestling, honestly. Making his way down the ring, and I would love to see what Dan Darnester would look like with that Golden Opportunity briefcase.
I think he looked pretty good. It matches his outfit.
Hell yeah, it does.
Well, the Pickle Man, full of all the pickly acidity that he can muster, coming into this golden opportunity match to potentially become our future champion.
I mean, listen, this is a man who, you know, a lot of people underestimate, but look at this crowd. Everyone loves him. And he's a great competitor to boot. And ever since he started adding stuff like the Pickle Flosion or the strikes like the Pickle Party punches to his moveset after his, you know, coaching by the Emerald Tiger, Dan Darnester has become a very dangerous competitor.
Absolutely. I'm a fan of pickles. Are you a fan of pickles, Shaw?
I like dill pickle chips.
Well, that counts. Pickle fans, pickle peeps in the crowd and on the mics. And
No
golden
Pickle Rick,
opportunity.
though.
And no Pickle Rick. No, he's canceled.
Pretty sure also he's copyrighted. And speaking of copyrighted,
Very well could be this theme. We're not sure.
we'll find out as Johnny D, the raging demon of Youngstown, makes his way down to the ring. And for those of you who aren't maybe in the know, this man recently won a hardcore championship in another company. Company shut down at the end of the show, so you've got to feel he's coming to this pretty chipped. He was holding title gold, maybe not CPW, but in general, and now he's got to go through a ladder match just for a chance to get it again.
You know, I keep hearing this talk about Johnny D holding the gold and everywhere he goes, but I still haven't seen him hold anything here.
Absolutely not.
Zilch. Zero. Come on, Johnny. Tonight's your night, buddy.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, we gotta let him think so. But whose night it could very well be is the kid of dragons, the father of kids, your dragon hero, Dragon Kid.
And you want to talk about thinking people can win? This is the guy I think is going to take it all. The Dragon Kid, as I know of Diego Ryan, making his way down to the ring. And listen, if there's anyone that is going to excel, if there's anyone that is going to succeed and as chaotic and as high-paced and high-flying of a match as this, it is this man right here.
Absolutely, he's got the focus, definitely. We don't know how well versed he is in the hardcore civity, if you will, of these ladder matches, but just his sheer athleticism, his sheer speed, his willingness to fight makes him a shoe-in to win this thing.
Might not be a shoe-in, but it's a step in the right direction. Dragon Kid main eventing this show. Former tag team champion, gotta feel, is going to be gunning for Bruno Nicoli in this match.
Absolutely. The blood feuds keep on bleeding in Covenant Pro Wrestling. Unfortunately for some of us, you can't get away from your enemies here. You know, you either make friends or you make enemies, and that's kind of what dictates who you're going to be here. And fortunately for Dragon Kid, I think he's on the right side.
Now, though, you know, you can't see the eyes of Dragon Kid right now. You've got to feel as maybe confident as he looks. There's got to be a part of him that is, you know, losing it on the inside. So soon after his child's born, he has to go into this match. Dangerous match, huge stakes, main event of golden opportunity.
Absolutely.
Can't say the nerves aren't high.
And the one thing that I think we haven't really touched on is the fact that not only is an opportunity for a championship, any championship that you choose in Covenant Pro Wrestling on the line, there's also $500,000 of Will Sheridan's money appropriated by Alex Clark for these briefcases. So whoever gets this is going to have money in the bank for real.
I mean, first off, Max Will is about to buy herself a very nice trailer. But we see Jacob Clark making his way down to the ring. First time we've seen him in a bit without that TV title. Benjamin Balder beat him for that title not too long ago. Jamie Clark retained. Got to feel that Jacob Clark now in a different, it's sort of this position his brother Jamie Clark was in at Bloody Valentine's. One Clark has won, it's now for the other to complete the set.
And if, you know, the other Clark wins, if the other shoe drops, so to speak, how is that going to affect the Clark dynasty?
That's a very good question, but right now we can't ask too much about that as this one gets underway. All 8 men just immediately going at it. We see I don't even know what Jacob Clark was doing there, but I took down Bruno Natoli. Shitty little German takes down Jacob Nitro. And it's all going to come down to who's the first to introduce a ladder into the match.
Absolutely. Johnny D on the outside with the pinkish man. The EXO known as Pinkish. And now some of the other talent spilling out. The only one remaining in the ring is Daniel Horror, who has the sense to grab the ladder.
But now we see Daniel Horror connecting. Jesus, that back body drop connects. And now there's a bunch of people in the ring squaring off, but Dan Darnesto, the only man with a ladder, kind of just playing Keith away right now.
He's not quite sure which way to turn.
Well, so this is a great strategy by Dan Darnesto. I mean, if no one has a ladder, no one else can win the match.
Well, Pinkish on the rampway here.
Jesus! It's now burning lariat to Jacob Nitro, and Jacob Clark looking to introduce the first line.
We've got two Jacobs in this matchup, and right now Jacob Nitro is showing that, at least for the moment, he is the better Jacob.
Now Diego Ryan able to escape the ring again, but too crowded for his taste. Half the field in the ring. Oh, well, spoke too soon. I was about to say half the field out. Now half the field in the ring, half the field out. As now, we still only have one ladder in play, but it's not yet been set up.
Absolutely. And you know, it's funny for me to hear Diego Ryan mentioned on commentary. We don't often call Dragon Kid by his, government name, so to speak. But Diego Ryan, the world-renowned gymnast turned professional wrestler, showing exactly why he chose this career path, chose to switch it up, because he can keep up with the best of them.
Yeah, I call him Diego because that's where I know him from his non-CPW days. But the Dragon Kid not doing too good on the outside. He's inside the ring. Dan Darnesto and Jacob Clark the first to make the climb. Now Jacob Clark goes for the punch. Jacob Nitro trying to knock both men down, and he succeeds.
Bruno Natoli eating the tip of that ladder as it fell down on his body and just now thrown outside of the ring.
Now Darnesto not giving Jacob Nitro a chance to get that ladder set up. You see Daniel Horror, I think, got a Dragon Sleeper in on the Dragon Kid.
And now the Demon of Youngstown trying to take it to Jacob Clark.
Jesus! And now Johnny D bracing that hardcore side. Fall-away slam onto the ladder. Oh, there is a pickle. Closed it on the ladder by Darnesto.
And we've seen a lot of ladder-based maneuvers tonight, using that ladder to inflict more damage. We don't often see it. Sometimes it's pretty cut and dry. But these two matchups, in the golden opportunities, they're bringing out more of the stops here.
Wait a second. Punch to the gut by Darnesto. Oh, wait a second. Stub puller. All able to flip himself up. Does Dragon Kid as Jacob Clark looking to make the climb, trying to start unhooking that padlock.
Unable to get it so far. He's been up there uncontested for quite some time. Jacob Clark has got to get one of these combinations. Maybe he forgot. No, he's starting to recall.
The thing is, that thing up there, it's swinging around on that hook. The ladder, probably not the most stable thing to stand on. It is not as easy as it looks to, oh Jesus, to unhook that padlock as that third dropkick connects, and Daniel Horror and Jacob Clark both take a tumble.
Absolutely. I think Darn went for the ladder with Dragon Kid, but Dragon Kid luckily didn't hit.
And now Bruno Natoli maybe looking to steal this briefcase just like he stole the tag team titles from CPW. And Now Daniel Horror and Dan Darnester, the Dans, doing battle on top. Only one will be able to survive. And now, oh, Darnester teetering, but fighting his way back.
Absolutely. The other competitors in this matchup, Jacob Clark finally coming back into the ring.
Now Jacob stops Darnester, all that fighting for nothing. Power connects.
Jacob slowly going up on the ladder. You know, the damage he received in this matchup is evident. He's not moving as his, quick, expedient self.
We'll also have to keep in mind, the match with Benjamin Balder was an absolute war, and that was not too long ago. Plus, you have the match with Clutch the uproar before that, the match with Adam Flynn, the uproar before that, the title match with Lucas Button at the last pay-per-view. Say what you will about Jacob Clark and his, commentary ability. Jacob Clark has been a workhorse over the last couple months of CPW, but it might be taking his toll in this match.
Absolutely. And now, teamwork I didn't expect to see.
Now, though, Jacob Clark sauces and tosses Dan Darnester to the outside, but gets caught into that stunner there, that Bahamut Espiritu.
Close enough, absolutely. Jacob Clark usually calls that the Bahamut espresso shot because he can't pronounce it either, and neither can I. But you did damn good in my book.
As now, though, we see Pinkish at the top getting knocked down by Darnester. And now we're seeing Daniel Horror being the one to go to the top. But I think realizing how close the ladder is to the ropes and how full it is in the ring, didn't want to be taking that tumble.
Absolutely, I think in these matchups, wait a minute. He caught the dangling, the swaying briefcase.
Now though, Pickle flows into Darnester. Jacob Nitro though still on the ladder. What's this? Sit out last ride. Nitro still up there. But Johnny B finally taking him off.
Absolutely. Nitro very well could have just broken his neck there. Johnny D don't give a damn.
Jacob Nitro staying on the objective, so to speak. And now though, wait a second, Dan Darnester takes Johnny D out of the ring. And we see the Dragon Kid climbing up to meet. What is this? Jacob Nitro from Mount Olympus itself drops both of them, maybe sacrificing his best shot at winning that golden opportunity.
Nitro, I don't know how he is standing at this point. Hits with a big thrust kick. And still going after Dragon Kid. Dragon doing everything he can. Diego Ryan showing why he's one of the most athletic people in Covenant Pro Wrestling.
Now the three red-haired warriors in the ring. And now Daniel Horror, Dragon Kid at the top. Only one of these men won't be able to claim their destiny. Now though, Bruno Natoli tried to take down the Dragon Kid, not able to do it, but that distraction grabs him off the ladder. And now Daniel Horror.
Daniel's got the opportunity.
Oh, but Bruno able to save it. Now Bruno sent to the outside. Drop driver. Drops Dragon Kid. Jacob Clark, Jacob Nitro, and Dan Darnester in the ring now. And now Darnester. What's he got in mind? I think he's just trying to get Jacob Nitro out of here.
I think Darn whispered, if you just let me climb this ladder, you can have all of my pickles later, but it wasn't a good offer.
I think all he whispered in his ear was, darn. As now, Darn dropkick but Jacob Nitro took the ladder out of the ring with him. Darnester not able to capitalize. Pickle Flosion.
Well, sorry if some of us in Covenant Pro Wrestling are linguistic, savants here, and we know exactly what Dan Darnester is saying.
Right now, all I know is that no one can currently win this match until that ladder is brought back into the ring. And now, a huge pile of ladders as the Emerald Elbow connects to Pinkish. A pile of ladders is formed there for a moment. Now, what's he got in mind? Stunner! Connects to Johnny D.
And that's what you gotta do. You gotta take the breath out of the demon.
But now we've got all these people on the outside. Daniel Horner, the only man in the ring, but there's no ladder.
It's certainly one of the prerequisites to winning this match, to actually have a ladder in the ring.
Now on the outside, Pinkish connects with the jackhammer. The ladder's been set up. Everyone's rushing in to try and take advantage of it. Fisherman suplex to Dragon Kid. And every man right now wanting to be the one to claim that golden opportunity that hangs above.
Absolutely. You see Bruno and Jacob Clark taking a little bit of a breather. Maybe a smart strategy here while everybody else is distracted. Everybody else is getting themselves winded.
No point in climbing when you know you're going to get knocked off the top. Frog splash. Pinkish gets the knees up. And now Pinkish turns around Dragon Kid. Fisherman's driver. On the outside suplex to Daniel Horner. Bruno Natoli takes out the Dragon Kid. TKO. That tickets to your crown fall might have just taken out Pinkish. It is absolute bedlam here. You got to feel whoever puts up that ladder next may very well be the one to win it all. As Johnny D takes out Daniel Horner.
Maybe Johnny has a game plan here. Maybe this is his opportunity to finally obtain gold in Covenant Pro Wrestling. You said he just recently won a Hardcore Championship elsewhere. And now that Hardcore Championship is null and void. This could be the transaction that Johnny D needs to finally propel himself to the main event.
Now, no one's able to just get the ladder set up. There's such a massive humanity in the ring. No one has the time to just plop the ladder down and climb it.
Massive humanity -1 if you're talking about Pinkish, but absolutely.
Now Johnny D not able to get the powerbomb off onto Jacob Nitro.
There's just too many things. Too many things going on.
As now body slam onto that ladder. And Jacob Nitro, this is his chance. Everyone's on the outside and a giant brouhaha. Johnny D's down in the ring. Jacob Nitro looking to climb. No one's there to stop him. What are you doing,
Wait a minute.
Nitro? What are you doing? No! Elbow drop off the top. Sacrificing a guaranteed victory to take down Johnny D. And now, Nitro!
Wait a minute!
Phoenix Splash wanting to take out Pinkish, not forgetting Bloody Valentine, but forgetting about the briefcase. Jacob Nitro letting personal vendettas blind him to Daniel Horner climbing the ladder, winning the match in our main event. The chosen one now has his Excalibur, his golden opportunity, a title match whenever he wants. And whether that's on next Uproar or our next pay-per-view special, we hope to see you there. Thank you from everyone here at CPW, and we bid you all a very farewell. Adieu.